All right, cool. Here we go. I think we're public, and yeah, I think we're on. All right. Hopefully everything is all right on my side. Let's see. Audio, I got it, and we'll have to see who's the first person to arrive. It's only me right now, and oh, someone's here. Oh, this is a new one, Rumpel. All right. Hey, Rumpel. Don't recognize that name, but thanks for being here. Hope you're having a good day. And we have L, another new person that actually, I don't know. Well, hello, L. Ah, Mark. Mark. It's good to have you back on the force. These past weeks, I can tell already that the streets are getting cleaner, Mark. And it's all thanks to you. Let's see. I can't wait for the regular crew to get here, Mark. Mostly because I'm ready. I'm ready to rag. Oh, okay, gotcha, L. Because for a second, it felt familiar, but yeah. Hey, L. And hey, Skell. How are you doing, Skell? Hey, Johnny Bravocado. I guess we're all ready for the spoilers. I better load up the spoilers, make sure I'm ready for the spoilers. Now, I can't wait till we get the rest of the regular crew. Miguel, White Despair, maybe Ty, Jason. Hopefully we get the crew back together and we can start ragging on Ochako and Hero Academia. And I say ragging in the most kind way I possibly can. But we're going to rag on it so hard. There's just no way we're not ragging on it today. So, I'm on 322 leaks. So it should be good. Johnny Bravocado. Oh, Ty, yeah. Hey, Ty, you're here. Excellent. So we got Ty. Excellent, man. Excellent. Ty, I didn't give you like a good review of Ip Man, and I apologize for that. I wanted to talk to you. What happened? Oh, no, Skell. I'm just asking, like, how are you? I just wanted to know, because, you know, you were telling us about the situation yesterday with that, with the COVID case in your area. I just want to know if you're all right. And, yeah, Ty, I realized I missed your comment. I hope Uraraka proves me wrong. Me too! That's all I really want from her. I'm just... Yeah, Mark. It's alright, Mark. Kyle he's a wily one. He's a wily one. This is gonna be the case of a lifetime. Oh, good to hear, Skell. Hey, Random. And, yeah. I'm preparing, like, just to put out, like, a quick Hero Academia video just talking about what I think could potentially happen, a prediction video. If anyone's interested, it'll be on the channel maybe tomorrow or Friday. And, yeah, otherwise it'll be a pretty nice time. Anyway, yeah, Ty, so Ip Man, the first movie. I think, you know, I'm not used to Hong Kong movie general flow, so that takes a little bit to get used to. But aside from that, I quite enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed the villain as well. In terms of fight choreography, yeah, I enjoyed the fight choreography. It's always cool to see man just go in and do cool stuff. I don't think at any point I was really disappointed with that character's actions either. So really enjoyed it. Ip Man stayed quite I never really rooted against him. I think the thing that had me the most confused is how he had so much money to have such a nice mansion and afford to be able to play games, using their terminology when it came to practicing Kung Fu. But otherwise, yeah, no, it was pretty fun, but for me, the movie was definitely elevated by the main villain, just because, like, he was kind of cool compared to his like, the lackey. Not lackey, but, like, the other guy, Sato. Yeah. Plot beats I thought were great. I didn't have any real problem with the fights. Yeah, overall, a solid time for me. Solid time for me. How much do you believe in fair competition? When there's no stakes, I believe in fair competition. But I mean, if it comes down to it, I'm going to cheat. If the stakes are high, I might cheat. I mean, again, and just to make sure that we're clear here, I don't think competing in sports is high stakes, so I think that's low stakes. Like, you know, when all that's riding on it is like prestige and maybe money and you know, just pretty much like, if it requires good sportsmanship, then whatever. That's not really something that I care about. But if it's in other competition, like, yeah, I might cheat. I'm not, like, no. I'll take advantage of every advantage I can. I don't really care. I mean, it's either me or them, that kind of thing. Like, the more questionable the organization body is, the more I feel all right to cheat.
I missed a spot. Disappear.
Like, you know, would I cheat it? Let's say it was a Russian organization that was hosting this competition, right? Would I cheat? No, because the Russians are going to catch me and they might kill me. We're not going to do that. But otherwise, like, if the stakes are low, or like if the stakes are sufficiently questionable, yeah, I have no problem cheating. So if I went to the Olympics, I would 100% take advantage of any opportunity I can. I know people make the comparison to Michael Phelps. How Michael Phelps' body is unfair because he has so many, he's double jointed or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I guess, but not gonna lie, if I had those kind of biological advantages, yeah, I would 100% take advantage of them. Low stakes? Have you seen Yu-Gi-Oh? People lose their souls, man. Imagine not thinking prestige is worth working for. The dude hasn't read the latest Robin run. I mean, like, it's different. Like, for me, when it's actually just competition, like if I'm going into an MMA fight, I'm not gonna cheat. That's like the ultimate expression of everything that I've built up to that point in time. That's different. Let's see. I didn't like it, but I got a chance to work on 3D art and normal art and writing. Oh! Okay. Cool, Skell. Is it bad I'm just waiting for the manga to show Dobby again? No, L, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people actually like you. Let's see. Witty random greeting. Yeah, hey Tallow. Tallow, do you read novels? I need to know, just because you're like one of the supporters on Patreon, Tallow, and I just want to know. That way I know whether or not to give you novels if you're interested. Imagine, okay, let's see. This is the case of lifetime. I'm talking big stuff. This goes all the way to the top, involves things that would change the world as we know it. I can't talk about right now, but trust me, it's for the best. Yo, Mark, I believe in you, Mark. You do the badge. You do the badge an honor, son. It's not an honor for you to work with us. It's an honor for us to work with you. Did you see the Star Wars version? There's a dub and sub version. It looks pretty epic if you ask me. Look at it on stream. It's 1 minute 56 seconds long. Yeah, I'll do that later on. You read Dragon Ball Super Chapter today? Ty, if you don't mind, I'll watch that later on. I was going to say, oh hey AN683, hey Sarge. Let's see. You read Dragon Ball Super Chapter today? Ultra Ego is a nice name. Yeah, when I saw Ultra Ego, I was thinking like, all right, yeah, that's pretty on point. That's pretty on brand. Really appreciated that, and I'm happy with what I've seen from Vegeta so far. I kind of wish we didn't have so many villains in one area just crowding up the place. But what can you really do? Just hope it doesn't get annoying later on. That's all I can really hope for. Oh, okay, gotcha, Tallow. No, I just want... So, yeah, I figured that you read web novels, man. I just need to make sure. Because then, yeah, I will... I'll talk to you later, and we can talk about, if you want, any books that I've got lying around here. And I say lying around and just trying to make it sound cash. But traditional Western books, I don't think it's a traditional Western book in all honesty.
A minor error. Animal hypostasis emulation.
But yeah, just need to confirm, Tallow. Thanks.
Someone needs assistance.
Hey, Akimi Biotic? Oh, yeah, Miguel. Vegeta getting Vegeta tree. Favorite 2D animated film? You know what? I am a sucker for oh geez, what's the one with the kids? They're locked. No, I can't say that's a spoiler. What's the one with the kids and it's it's a romance, and there's a meteor involved or like a star shower involved. Oh man, it has like it has one really iconic song. It came out in the last decade. Um, falling in no, it's not falling into you. God damn it! It's like, oh man, I can't even remember. The girls in the countryside, the kids in the town, and I forget how they communicate. Oh, they're communicating through text, maybe. Damn it! Does anyone know? Your name. Thank you, Sarge. Okay, gotcha, Sarge. Thanks. All right. So yeah, Your Name is probably one of my favorite 2D animated movies. Yeah, I think that'll be okay to say. And I also really enjoyed Summer Wars. Summer Wars for me is pretty iconic. And the Digimon first movie like that came out in America, even though it's not really a movie, that was also pretty good for me. But otherwise, for 2D animation, oh, I like Black Cauldron. If we're talking Disney, I like Black Cauldron. I thought Black Cauldron was really fun. I'll always watch Black Cauldron. Let's see. Did you watch Pokemon Direct? Okay, so the Pokemon Direct. I'm interested. I do think the environments are still kind of lame, and I'm actually really worried about Game Freak because I feel like the way that they trigger battles, it feels like there's a lot of potential for some tomfoolery with a glitch or something, just with the placements and how they work. Like I noticed a few programming tricks when it came to how they mapped the Pokeball's behavior, specifically when it's thrown. But otherwise, yeah, I think it's interesting. I was surprised that it looked more like Monster Hunter than it did Breath of the Wild. And I'm very surprised that they actually decided to go with regional forms. Just because it's like, alright, so it's good to know that these things went extinct, pretty much. Like, Basculin went extinct in, flat out in the Sinnoh region. So, that's really interesting to know. But overall, I was very, yeah, I thought in terms of not counting the environment, I think the ideas and the designs that we're getting, I think they're pretty neat. I would like a little bit more polish. I want like Breath of the Wild level polish. It's just like something about those environments doesn't look fully done to me. But I don't know otherwise. The design for the Sinnoh forms are pretty cool. The Basculin, I think, is like a really good idea. Although I think like it's design compromised in order to make it rideable. The Standler evolution also looked pretty good. I'm really happy that Standler gets an evolution. And the Bravery, that was alright. In a video game, what do you consider a cheat versus exploit? An exploit is something that naturally occurs in a video game, right? Like in Genshin, it would be taking advantage of like one frame of invincibility to be able to like clip through a wall or something. That's an exploit. A cheat is something that comes from outside the system. Wait, Speed said, Vegeta getting Vegeta treatment. For me, I wonder if they'll expand the Pokedex to include the regional forms and new evolutions that appeared in Legend Arceus. I hope so. I hope so. Well, Miguel, I think they should expand it in the sense that we're probably going to be able to transfer them out. Not into BL. No offense to the Fujoshi community. Yo, sorry, not Tai. Talo. Sorry, Tai, because you're below Talo. Yeah, no. I don't like BL either. Sure, Chip. Also excited to see Ochako mess up some more. Also, Chibi released a bit. Yes, we saw that one. Oh, there's a lot of comments. And I better actually set this up. Guys, let me know when a leak pops up. There's none on, there were none on 4chan when I checked before the stream. Okay. Rivalitis, Atlantis. Oh, Atlantis is a good one. Let's see. Yes, today's the day we see Ochako's biggest moment or it completely flops. I'll talk about that. Why Pokemon stop Mega Evolutions? I think because, like, Game Freak just got tired of it. I think they just wanted a one-generation gimmick. Wasn't there Keanu Reeves with the same concept using a magic mailbox? I think so. I wish Rival School get remade the Dark Souls of Pokemon. So we all know Growlithe is a rock type, right? Yes, they mentioned that. I know it's a rock type. The true great of films, SpongeBob. Oh, okay. Everyone started comparing Legends to Monster Hunter. Hey, okay, so Gohan's here. I'm underwhelmed a little with the game. I'm hoping they add more to the story and make it seem less like a walking simulator. Fair enough, Sarge. Like right now, it looks like they're going towards the Monster Hunter system. I just don't know how interesting that is in the Pokemon environment. I also noticed that they're encouraging capturing multiple Pokemon, which I absolutely hate. If there is ever a way to make you feel that your Pokemon aren't special, it's to catch 20 Pidgeys and be rewarded for it. Nah, I'm not into that. Like, that's boring. That's just, That's just... What was I gonna say about that, man? Sorry, I read Skelly's comment. Yeah, no, that's an artificial gameplay loop. There we go. Stanley lost the ability to evolve. Miguel says your own character has health and can be blacked out. Yeah, I saw that. I do think it's funny that you can tank a hit from a Luxray otherwise, though. Pick up straight up killing you in Legends. I got Studio Ghibli vibes from Stanley's evolution. I did too. I think that's intentional. I'm ready to throw hands with Pokemon. Who else is old enough to remember Game Genies? Not me. I don't like how Legends limit you to a certain place until you get enough points. It's confirmed on the website. Oh. I was wondering about that. Okay, so it limits you. Okay, gotcha. Game Freak really sleeping on Pokemon Sleep. Yes, Game Freak aren't good game designers, and they refuse to hire more experienced and passionate people. I remember this, Jason. We've talked about this. I listened to the OST for MVA, and they're amazing. Toga, Shigaraki, and Redestro have some of the best themes. Have you heard them? No, Ty, I haven't heard them. Although, mind you, Ty, like, I'm not really a music kind of guy, so I don't really get a lot out of it. And there, my boy, Mark, it's an honor to work with you. Especially through all the times when I was about to get kicked from the force for being crazy on a loose cannon. You put your career on the line for me. And for that, I'm grateful. It's alright, man. I can take the hits. I don't care what the mayor says. I know you got the blood in you. You got the blood of a true hero in here, man. I believe in you. The force might not be behind you, but I'll always got your back. Oh, I liked how Team Galactic is your team. Yeah, I like that too. And I liked that it was a lady. It was cool. I hope she's not evil. No wonder some of those Pokemon went extinct. Too much capturing them. Maybe. We know where Cyrus got his blank facial expression from. I had GB back in the day. Kind of up there in age. Oh, Game Genie probably. This is going to be the first Pokemon mainline title game I bought since Emerald on the Game Boy. Wowzy. That's a while. That's funny, Jason. I see you posted an episode picture earlier, and it seems we're getting at least 3 chapters minimum next episode, which might end at the end of the phone call from Redestro. Okay. 3 chapters, huh? So we're going into the 22 and we're doing... Alright, 3 chapters. That's not the rate that I... That's not the rate that we need here. Anyway, everyone, we don't have white to spare here, but what can we really do? When it comes down to it, this whole Ochako moment, I'm not gonna lie, I'm teetering between just not caring and completely losing hope. It's been a really intense time for me. Ultimately, with Ochako here, like with the volume alluding that she's gonna be taking a megaphone and screaming into it and all that kind of stuff, man. Like, oh boy, if she goes in there and she says heroes help heroes, I really need some self-awareness. I need Ochako to go in there saying, yeah, you know, this entire time, I need her to like flash back to to a lot of moments where heroes have helped heroes. I need her to acknowledge that it's always been right in front of my face that heroes help heroes. If she does the hero help hero line, I really, really hope that she acknowledges that she's a little bit slow in that regard. If she doesn't do hero help hero and she does instead, we should all do our part to make the job on the heroes easier. And if she talks about personal responsibility, like, you know, what a person should naturally have, then great. I'm not going to complain. I think going personal responsibility is good because this society needs to learn some personal responsibility. And they need to learn that they can be everyday heroes. But good God, man. Please don't make this girl stupid. I just don't know. I don't trust him. I don't trust the author enough. I don't know. I just don't. He doesn't inspire confidence. It's sad that we're here, but it's true. He doesn't inspire any confidence in me. Not in this regard. In other places, maybe, but not with Ochako. Maybe early Ochako, it would have been different, but not now. What else? Well, it'd be funny if Ochako's moment gets done in 5 pages. The other thing is, like, if this is the hope moment, I'm going to be really sad. If the hope moment is we are going to make society believe in the heroes again, And if the darkness in the situation is people yelling at heroes for not being good at their jobs, I mean, it sucks. But in a shonen, I don't particularly... In a battle shonen, I don't care about that as your pinnacle moment, right? Like, if you look at One Piece knows. One Piece does these incredible showings of everyone teaming up, and they make this incredible... Like, you have those societal moments where it's like, oh my god, wow, yeah, all of Dressrosa teamed up to help Luffy. Or you have that moment where Fishman Island is kind of looking up to Luffy, and they're like hoping that he wins. And, you know, like, people root for Luffy a lot. We see it happen very often. That's not the climax of a shonen. That's like the pre-climax, pretty much. Because after that, Oda knows. He always shows off Luffy winning. He always shows off Luffy having an amazing fight. So when it comes to this, I really, really hope that that's not the hope moment. And I saw what Jason just said. If we were in a philosophical series, it'd be different. But it's a battle shonen. I don't want the hope moment to be a platitude about the ever fickle crowd. That just feels lame. I feel you'd be better off putting Ochako using gunhead martial arts on Shigaraki at the critical moment. That's a real hope moment for a battle shonen. But that's my perspective on it. Oh, excellent. White Despair came in. The designs were just Gender Ben Cyrus and totally not Professor Rowan, but younger looking. I can somewhat get catching copies of Pokemon from a lore. You're competing in the first Pokedex and they want a good sample size. Still dumb. Yeah, Chris, like, I agree with you. I can understand it, but it's like, it's not that fun. It'd be a little bit, it's a little bit more fun in Pokemon Snap since you're you're technically capturing multiple instances of one Pokemon, but it's a little bit more fun because you see new behaviors. It's just like, I don't like it. I don't like that process. Hey, White Despair. Don't be cringe. That's all I'm asking. Yeah. Tripl encouraging his cult to begin. I'm laughing when those crooks find the Dragon Balls and can't use them because they turn to stone. Yeah, man. That's the first thing I thought when I saw them looking for it. I was going to say the scene will be lame just to give myself negative hype. Yeah, me too. And Jason said, pretty sure this Uraraka moment will be mid at best. Especially coming after the Ida and Bakugo moment. I'd be glad to be wrong, though, but I don't think I will be. I love the pessimism. Yeah, I actually wonder. I don't think it can top Ida's moment. Ida's moment was just so pretty. Like, for Ochako to top it, like, I'm going to need to see some real passion here. And I don't know if she's capable of it right now, man. Like, the author... Ooh, I got to believe. Oh, and you know, Jason, I was reading an opinion about Jujukai. And I thought it was a really cool opinion. And I thought of you when I read it. Because we always talk about Jujukai's weaknesses. Let me see if I can draw it up. It was from 4chan. Not going to lie. It's 100% from 4chan. Because I was looking for spoilers. So I'll share it with you in a second, Jason. See what you think. I'm still thinking on it. I'm not fully set on it. Because I have to like think about it myself. But Tai says, my question is, can Horikoshi have us really care about Chaco's beliefs? If not, this would really crash and burn. Yeah. Times like this, we really missed Midnight. She could have just stripped, released the slipping gas, and shut the plebeians up. Yeah, actually, maybe that's why she was killed. I loved Bakugo's moment, but it kind of felt like it went by too quick. Yeah, El, no worry. A lot of people have that opinion on that particular moment. My guess is, in regards to Ochako, is that the lesson she learned is that money helps heroes. Yep, it all comes full circle. It does. I mean, money guarantees that you have a place to live, and it guarantees that your family has a place to live. I actually just thought about that yesterday. I'm pretty sure this is the hope moment. Okay, so Jason's coming in with the hard reality. Damn it. It's wild that she keeps asking that question for what felt like years now since the Overhaul arc. Yeah, it is wild. Oh, I found a spin-off Konosuba series that focuses on Kazuma and Megumin. Oh, nice. I'm expecting everything to go all wholesome, but I want tragedy. Oh, Tai says, listening to you killed some of my hope for Horikoshi for the next chapter. Why, Trip? Give me back my faith. No, I only have faith in Central Hospital. Hope and faith died with 3D Berserk. It's also died with Miura going. She shouts she loves Deku into the megaphone and the shippers go down in flames. Oh man. Actually, I would respect that. If she like ultimately says, that guy right there, I love him. If she says that in this moment, I don't know what to call that. That's like balls of steel from Horikoshi. Like, holy crap, actually? Not only did you do something extremely unexpected, you went in there and you had her you just turned her into a basic romantic interest. You pretty much said her romance is more important than the concerns, the well-founded concerns of the rest of the civilian population. Wow. Yeah, okay. I don't know what I can do besides not respect that. Theory I have for the upcoming chapter from White Despair. I think there is a chance we cut away to see All For One. Now that Izuku's returned to UA, All For One is going to have to change up his attack plan since now... Oh, he hasn't written it yet. How often has Hori written really top-notch dialogue? I feel like Uraraka moment will need really good dialogue. I just can't see Hori nailing it since Uraraka rhetoric is so cringe. Top-notch dialogue. Top-notch dialogue. He's really good at visual storytelling, right? The Endeavor dialogues can usually be really good, but Endeavor, like you all see it, Endeavor gets chapters upon chapters of drama dedicated to him. Ochako's not getting a chapter of drama dedicated to her because everyone knows that's not interesting. Because Endeavor actually has real stakes. His son is a murderer. He abused his family, whichever iteration of that word you want to use. He actually created victims. He actually has like a severe complex. Endeavor is interesting. Ochako is a child. So Endeavor gets, like, Endeavor's dialogue is cool because he actually has some weight to it. Ochako has nothing. Ida's dialogue was good. Ida's dialogue played back on his own character history, though, and his character history is steeped in failure, like really aggressive failure with like his failings with Stain, and it's also based around his real admiration of his brother. So you're working off of that, and Ida actually has a friendship with Izuku that's more significant than Ochako's. Like, maybe some of the villainous monologues are alright. Oh, great, Jason. Great. I'm glad I'm spreading this mentality. But, oh god. God, that makes me feel like a cancer. Yeah, man, I'm doing my best here to try and think. Oh, L says, I think Ida's moment with Deku should have been way more personal and longer than the others as well. Oh, you still cried. Oh, that's wonderful, L. But that's fair. I feel like most people would agree that we want more emotional moments in Hero Academia, but the story's going so quickly that what can we really do? The cult of Trip begins. No, we need to switch it. It needs to be the cult of Central Hospital. I don't want to take over the cult. It's only about Central Hospital in this chat, man. But yeah, no, thinking about the dialogues. Midnight's rhetoric about Momo is lame. Like, Izuku's dialogue towards Koda, the kid, is lame because ultimately Izuku can't change Koda's mind. Muscular changes Koda's mind. The dialogue with Izuku and his villains is also very pedestrian. Like, Izuku doesn't even really get to have a nice, meaty conversation about it. All For One dialogue is nice because there's potential for a lot of doublespeak in it. So it's always cool to go in there and really look at it. Shigaraki dialogue is a little bit too much. Like, it just doesn't feel very coherent, but that makes sense with Shigaraki. Toga's dialogue is many iterations of the same idea over and over and over. Wow, Toga likes people. Like, Toga's dialogue is so non-existent that the fact that she can't communicate with people is used as a plot point. Dobby's dialogue might be one of the more interesting ones, because Dobby calls people out very often when he's trying to buy time. Like, remember that time when Dobby pointed out, like, hey, yeah, like, these people are actually using children to fight their war. That's kind of messed up. Dobby's dialogue for the show boatmanship I think is really good. I think Dobby is a large ham, so I think his dialogue works out really well. I mean, when Dobby talks, yeah, that's a plot mover. When he gets his time in the spotlight, that's a plot mover. But again, he's linked to the Endeavor family, and at this point, if you have Todoroki in your name, you're pretty much guaranteed to have really good dialogue segments, unless you're Shoto. In which case, if you're Shoto, you just make good faces and really unaware statements. Yeah. Good question, man. Good question. I think visual storytelling is probably Horikoshi's forte. Because I'm thinking about it now, and when I'm doing the reviews, the people whose dialogue I really take time to look at is pretty much All For One. And then anyone that's espousing any kind of weird rhetoric. So pretty much Dobby. Dobby and Endeavor are like the ones... Dobby more than Endeavor in that particular sense. Anyway, back to White Despair. Sending assassins one at a time after Izuku will no longer work, so we might see something along the lines to think that his classmates would. Time to change up my attack plan. Yo, imagine if he actually says, ah, his classmates finally arrived. Now I can attack UA. And it's like, you could have attacked UA without Izuku there. By the way, Trip, okay, I got that one already. I got that. Imagine if her real hope moment is that she sacrifices herself for the greater good by saving Izuku. That would take huge cojones. I agree. That would take a lot, Tai. I think that's even a little bit insane. And for some reason, Kaminari is saying him and Deku don't have a lot in common bother me. Like, they're not really friends or something. Well, yeah, L, it's just like the author was pointing out, yeah, these guys don't really hang out. Like, Kaminari is more of a friend to Bakugo than he is to Izuku. Central Hospital saving people since My Villain Academia. Yeah. Only felt the cult of Dairy Queen. Oh, okay. There we go. Got it. Praise be to Central Hospital. Trip has learned from Pastor as well. Hey, Trip. Pokemon Presents I'm happy. BDSP, nothing too special, but at least there are additions. I do like the Underground. The Underground is one of my favorite features, so I like that it's expanded. Legends of Arceus. So Anime Miss, you missed it, but I am interested. I am legitimately interested with it. I'm still concerned about the environments because they look a little bit too dated, but otherwise I'm interested in the mechanics. So Deku ain't quite that good at talk no jutsu. Not really. Like, it becomes more clear when you look at Deku versus Dobby. When you have Dobby talking down Endeavor and talking about how much he's actually been negatively affected by Endeavor. Izuku's just like, but Endeavor's trying to do better, guys. But Endeavor's trying. And it's like, I don't remember his dialogue, which is even more about how... It shows how much worse it is. No, Izuku's not really good at talking people down. I'm not sure if the author actually knows how to do that. Because again, if you look at Dobby, Dobby is insane. And that comes through in his dialogue a lot. Like, every little thing you see Dobby say, you can like have quite a big discussion about it. Another good example of it is, just look at the way that Dobby whispers into his brother's ear about his really toxic ideology, about how the women in his household aren't useful, and the way that he tries to manipulate his brother onto his side. Yeah, no, Dobby's a cult leader. Like, he's actually got really good dialogue. Izuku just can't match it. I think maybe one of Izuku's best moments is maybe with Gentle. Wash has Shakespearean level dialogue. Really revelation. Oh yeah, no, Wash is at another level, man. Why does they didn't like Night? I didn't bring him to Central. Yeah, man, they should have brought him to Central. Cult and dialogue and Moro Chaco hate. Let's see. All for One dialogue is always something after considering how contradictory he's recently been. Yeah, exactly. Looking tonight, but remember last week when we were chilling talking about tough stuff but having some fun? What a change. Oh yeah, no, I remember that. I mean, we can have those conversations again in the future. I don't hate Uraraka, by the way. I just hate her who's... Oh yeah, no, Jason. Let's face it. We are all nuanced people here, except maybe Ty. And maybe Matthew Dick. Because Matthew kind of wants a particular end with Ochako here. Because as long as Ochako's around, we can't get the Fuyumi Izuku ship. And we all know we want that. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, no, I don't think the majority of us hate Ochako. It's just an issue of that rhetoric. It's just, you know, we've already beat this horse to death. That rhetoric is just... It's something special. Will there be leaks? Yeah, man, we're waiting for the leaks. Thoughts on how they handle the fight against Clayman's forces so far? Random. I'm watching Slime tomorrow, so I can tell you then. obviously, wait, what foolishness, Trip? Obviously, it's absolutely necessary that Izuku be present at UA in order for All for One to attack it. What's next? Are you going to claim that sending your bodyguard to live in the woods for over 15 years is a terrible idea? I see the light. Actually, yeah, what was I thinking? You think we'll see Izuku talk to Overhaul in next coming chapters? I believe getting that story out the way now will be better along with a few cooldown chapters with the class if Horikoshi goes in deep with the Mina situation. I'll never forget the panel of this 12-year-old boy shit-talking his mom. But going back to that, specifically Tai, I think if we're going to talk to Overhaul, I think we have to do it during a slow moment. God forbid that the author just drives us into more intense moments, and then he decides to do what he did with this arc, and he shows us what happens through flashback. Like, I don't like the strategy. I think that's a bad move, man. Let's kill that strategy. That's a horrible strategy. Let's just have it in real time. If the man is willing to dedicate 3 chapters to Endeavor drama, I sincerely hope that he is willing to dedicate 2 chapters to building up the class after the war. I think that would be quite lovely. But I'm not a fan of this. I'm going to drop you guys into the action so that we keep adrenaline going at all times. And I'll only show you flashbacks to what happened at the beginning of the chapter for like 3 pages. I'm not a fan. It just feels really disjointed. Actually, Trip, I did like how Hori handled Muscular's response to Deku when they had their rematch. And Dobby's character... Oh, no. For that particular one, I understand the point of that one. Like, I actually like that Muscular is quite literally full-on evil. But it's... For me, I'm of 2 minds. I would like more from Izuku. Muscular is a unique situation in that shows a species of villain. So I appreciate it on one hand, but then on the other hand, it's like... But the thing is, I don't know if Izuku could have engaged on that point more. If Horikoshi... Okay, let's see. Cults aren't to be argued against, just killed. I would say neutralized, yes. This episode for Moonlit was interesting considering Makoto and Tomoe beating the group with no effort, yes. Oh no, All Might is trying to get close to finding me. Better send my personal bodyguard away to live in the woods for 15 years. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Have him defend me? Yeah, whenever Dobby talks, things get heated. I've gone down a villainous isekai rabbit hole for some reason. Oh, you're watching villainous isekais? There's a lot of them, Talo. There's a lot. I know because Kara reads a lot of them. Oh, hey, Vance. All for One's kind of cringe how he left the video for Deku, whatever that was. And yeah, to Gohan's question, yeah, Talo, which ones are you reading? Now let's see. I'm gonna very quickly go and look at 4chan, just to make sure we don't lose anything too big. Oh wait. Before that, I need to talk to Jason about the 4chan thing. So this was just a criticism, Jason, that I found for Jujutsu Kai that I think is interesting, but again, haven't thought on it too much. I think these post-Shibuya mini-arcs have been suffering from the same issue that they had with the Goodwill arc. The Goodwill arc was simultaneously too long and too short. Too short. It felt like it dragged on too long because I didn't care about any of the characters, but it also felt too short because it didn't give any of the characters time to grow on me. The characters just gave a TED talk on their techniques and backstory and left. These arcs have the same problem. You're just slapped in the face with some events, the story moves on immediately, and you're somehow expected to care. So like on a surface level, I agree with that because what we talk about with Jujutsu Kai is everything's too fast. It's too shallow. We don't really dive in deep on a lot of these characters. So I have to think back on the Goodwill arc because I don't really remember how I feel about that one. But I agree with the brisk feeling to everything. And maybe I do agree with too long and too short simultaneously. Maybe. Oh, hey, Prower. Let's see. I'm going to check 4chan. Let's see what we got. 4chan is Skelly's home. It's always good to visit Skell. Let's see. Also, I saw an interesting interpretation on yeah, sorry. I saw an interpretation on Evangelion's ending for the movies, which I thought was interesting. So I'm not seeing any Hero Academia spoilers on 4chan. That's too bad. I was really hoping that maybe we'd get something nice here, but that's too bad. What can you really do? Alright, let me read the comments. I find it weird that All Might wasn't waiting for Izuku an entrance to UA. I mean, yeah, like, that's the next big question. Where is All Might? Maybe he just shows up in this chapter. Gohan's picked up a new romance. If Class 1A student got a quirk evolution, who would benefit the most? Ochako. Ochako would benefit the most. Like, right now, Shoto, Ida, and Bakugo can survive high ends. Ochako needs something to boost her. But so, let's see. I'm a martial arts villainess, but I'm the strongest. The villainess will crush her destruction with modern weapons. Beware the villainess when the villainess loves. Alright, cool. Oh, Chris, thank you. Chris, I think you might be very handsome too. Death is the only end for the villainess, and when the villainess reverses the hourglass. Oh, I know villainess reverses the hourglass. Not a fan of that one. And yes, Sarge, part 9. I'm interested. I do want to go and check out the ending of part 8 though, because that one's so trippy. Oh good god, I'm just being destroyed, like always. I hope Prower wasn't around to see that moment. There's so many enemies that I can't lock on right. And Jason said, remember, we exist in a post-Netflix world in which people like to binge and consume media as fast as possible without needing to sit and digest anything. Oh, that's depressing, man. That's 100% depressing. Anyway, Jason went on to say, Jujutsu is a product of such a world. I like how Vegeta tells the truth about Sans, but still fights Granola. Yep. If I join a stream, I don't leave, Trip. Gotcha, Prower. That was actually kind of inspiring, Prower. Thanks. Thanks for being so cool, man. Let's see. Time trial. Defeat all opponents. That'll do. Oh, hey, Going Rogue. I'm anime only so far since I want to buy the volumes at some point. Oh, okay, noted. Like that, and it functions for the most part. It tells just enough story to function and a lot of action to distract from the fact the plot isn't deep and works for a lot of people. Yeah. Like, that's an unfortunate... Oh, hey, Leela! Wow. Hey, Leela. It's been a while. But yeah, Jason, that's, it's unfortunate. Like, you know me. I like when there's something you can, like, really talk about there. And it's unfortunate that right now, of the long-running ones, Hero Academia is the only one that really reaches that itch most often. But what can you do, man? What can you do? I like Jujutsu, but I will never like it as much as I do Hero Academia. Yeah, like I think I could like Jujutsu for different things. Like, I think I will always like Jujutsu for its powers more than I will ever like Hero Academia for its powers. But otherwise, yeah. Oh, I should probably look at Twitter as well, right, guys? Oh, White Despair, before you showed up, well, I thought you showed up right when I was talking about it, but for me, I'm really just... okay, first it's the fear, right? I'm hoping that Ochako is going to have good rhetoric. I'm hoping, I'm praying. Like, all I need is either self-awareness or actually a very good... Society needs to do a better... They need to do better in order to help the heroes who are trying to help society. You know, mutual aid. Those are the two things I really want to see. But otherwise, no, I haven't given predictions for my chapter. I am working on like overall predictions for the series right now, but I'll probably upload that tomorrow or Friday. But for this chapter, we're trying to give it, maybe we open up with a flashback. Maybe a quick one-page flashback. Ochako has her big moment. I expect to get moments from Toru and Aoyama. Please have them. Like when Ochako says like, blah blah blah, Aoyama can be like, yeah, Izuku's my best friend, he accepts me for who I am. That could be Aoyama. Just give them a moment there. And let's see, Ochako says stuff, maybe the crowd goes quiet, and we see All Might at the end, maybe. Or maybe we see the All for One thing of All for One being like, ha ha ha, according to plan. Because, of course, everything is according to plan when you're All for One. Like, All for One is the guy that repurposes failure into a plan. I'm also going to check out Sushi right now. Let's see. Gohan said there's a light now apparently of the manga as well. White Despair says, I don't know if you talked... Okay, I got that one. Kind of like Harem Jujukai with the girls killing demons with the powers of fictional movies / villains. Oh, wow. If you could make your own anime, what would it be about? Oh, Chris, actually, I can tell you. I can tell you what it would 100% be about, man. It could be about anything. Like, look, Chris, honestly, I think in the next 2 years, I will have had 7 different series out, because I think with like the amount of time that I'll have between here and those next 2 years, I think I will actually, like, that is actually a really reachable number. If I was penning stuff that would be adapted into anime, I'm probably creating, I think I can copy most genres that I enjoy, so I can copy most isekais. I would 100% go in with isekai because isekai is profitable right now. I'd probably also do like heavy video game style isekai, and then I do harem, for sure. I would do harem, and battle shonen. I'd probably go battle shonen. Looking at the pattern right now, like all my stories have existential elements to them, so I'd probably have like existential metaphysics into it, which may be a little bit too wordy. Like, one thing I will be doing for the next 2 years is trying to make simpler stories in terms of not bogging it down with too much power mechanisms, and just go for simpler stories. But that'd be kind of the style, Chris. It'd be pretty much harem, isekai, yeah, battle shonen. That's probably it. That's probably where we're going, in that direction. For the Western market, there'd be a lot of VR MMO type stuff, because that does really well in the Western market. Would I try romance? Maybe I'd do like a 1-volume type romance. That'd be maybe a little bit fair. I'm not good at comedy, so I'd probably stay away from any kind of comedy type stories. And yeah, maybe also mystery at some point. I would like to try mystery, but not the most well versed with writing mystery. And I'm not sure if I can actually, not sure. But I'm pretty sure I can copy most genres if I sell my soul a little bit. So, yeah. That's like the big question, Chris. I hope you can find an answer in there. Well, then again, I only told you genres. I didn't tell you what it would be about. No, I can't really tell you what it would be about. Because, like, I'm thinking of too many serialized stories. Yeah, if it's an isekai, it's probably a 0 to 100 type isekai. Power fantasy. I can only tell you like in broad strokes. Can't really tell you little details. I can only tell you for sure the elements that would be in the story. Let's see. Jason said there should be a Bleach announcement coming up soon, so let's hope the best outcome with that. Okay, wait, Jason, where did you get that information from? I need to know. Where did you get that info from? Because I want to know that we are going to get something amazing here. Like, I'm really, like, fingers crossed. If Bleach comes back as a full serialization, man, holy crap, man, I'm going to be over the moon. Let's see. Leela said, Trip, I have actually been busy because I started a new job and have med problems. See if we... And have had men problems. See if we could work out... I would have had these issues. Oh, you wouldn't have had these issues. Gotcha. Well, Leela, I'm sorry that you had men problems, man. That sucks. I always feel bad when you guys aren't doing well in your social life, because that sucks. I really want the best for you guys. You people are all so cool. Except Prower. Prower's different. Prower's got balls of steel. Prower's kind of a hero right now. But otherwise, you guys are all so cool. And Mr. Amon, no man, there's no spoilers yet. Izuku x Ochako x Toga ship might be sailing. Yeah, maybe. Sure. Any spoiler, Uraraka kiss, slap, or Sue might take it. Man, I hope this doesn't end in a Ochako kiss. Oh no, wait. Do I hope that? No, I think a Ochako kiss. I personally enjoy it, but then it'd be like, oh, I don't know if this was the right time. Man, I don't know. But yeah, no spoilers yet for anyone that's keeping track. I'm theorizing that either Ochako talks back to the civilians or she simply takes Izuku by the hand and they walk into UA while ignoring the civilians. If she ignores them, I will respect that. Because he doesn't talk about the hero's help. Well, she won't talk about that rhetoric. But I don't know if the author's going to do it because of that thing that the volume said. Let's see. Tai's telling Speed not to give him hope, and Gohan said, Eminence and Shadow, if you want waifus that are killing machines, it's also getting an anime. Aoyama gets close and triggers danger sense. Gasp. God, man. Yo, if that actually happens, I'm gonna be sad. Gonna be sad. Mineta says how much he admires Izuku. Twitter, he's bi. Yes. I still can't believe people thought Mineta was in love with Izuku. Yeah, Z. Every week we find a new way in which people. Every week we are astounded. Oh, Gohan, did you send me messages? Sorry, Gohan. Oh, yo, Gohan, actually, thank you for linking me that I summoned a devil to grant me a wish. Is that a webtoon, Gohan? It looks like a webtoon. Oh, no, it's, yo, thanks for the link, man. Just gotta tell you that. Let's see. I don't hate Ochako. I hate what she has become. Was a fan up until a fight with Bakugo, but once her crush for Deku came to light, just went down here from there. Yeah, Ty. Ty, you saw the Chibi video, right? But, like, we were talking about it yesterday, but Chibi's video is entirely based on early Ochako with only 2 instances of later Ochako. It's pretty unfortunate. YouTube video. Has Mineta always been... Okay, Talo. It would be hilarious if they moved away from UA for 5 or 6 chapters, follow some other characters, then we come back, everything is fine, and we never learn what Ochako actually did. Yeah, it would be hilarious. Like, actually, I think I would respect that. I think that's ballsy. Watch Eri and Kota show up and stand with Izuku. I ship Mineta with Todoroki more anyway. Deku gets with Ochako at the end of Hero Academia, but when we get My Hero Agency, we find out that Izuku is with someone else. That's a mystery for the new series. Why isn't he with Ochako? Yo, I'd be happy with that. Can't imagine how many of those videos are out there on YouTube. Personally, I'm theorizing that All Might is alright since Endeavor mentioned that Izuku had left All Might, implying that some time had passed since then. It'd be extremely weird for Endeavor to be calm if the heroes know Izuku left All Might and then they don't have contact with All Might after that. It would be extremely weird. But let's keep an eye on that because the author might do something stupid in order to justify All Might being in danger. But All Might's been able to handle himself and he has Hercules, so he should be fine. I've read at least 3 fanfics with that exact same storyline. Trip, technically a lot of harems have romance in them. Oh, yeah, but Gohan, sorry, it's a different kind of romance, right? Like, Gohan, you know. Like, a hard romance will have, like, stupid things happening, right? It's gonna have people saying, like, oh my god, no, I can't love him because I gotta go to America for a while, and then I come back, and then it's like, oh my god, I'm a chef now, but we can be together again. And then it's just, like, a lot of annoying stuff. You know, Gohan, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. But yeah, technically, harems have romance in them. Chris says, reading short stories and pulp are a great way to structure your stories that are brief but packed with dialogue. Yeah, I agree with that, man, Chris. Holy shit, I just remember staying hiding behind the wall by All Might. Yes. Good, L. Good that you remembered. For Endeavor to be... Oh, no, I got that. Mineta is the typical guy that sucks at getting women but wants to get them. Oh, by the way, Eri brings Kurogiri in My Hero Academia epilogue? You mean, like, brings him back? Or reverts him? That'd be interesting. I don't know, man. I hope it'd be kind of odd if Eri's the perfect Nomu killer because she can just turn everyone back to the humans. That'd be interesting. Gotta put ship bait in your story to get really invested fans. Yeah, that's how it goes. Oh, you're working at a psychiatric hospital, Leela? Wow, that's a big shift from being a teacher. Wow. Are you helping kids? Wow, Leela. All Might could find All for One's hideout. There's a manga called The God's Lie that I have that's 1 volume long, and it's a romance drama. Could be a reference material.
3 clients.
Yes, The God's Lie. Yeah, I will. I'll look into that. Oh, also, by the way, I get a lot of emails from Quora. It's a place where people ask questions. I don't know if you guys use it. It's like the new Yahoo Answers. And some of the questions I get on there, I don't know. Google's like spying on me because I get some hilarious questions that pertain to some aspects of my life. And I always get an email about it. It's just interesting. Anyway, moving on. Just letting you know what Google is probably doing with my data. Who's going to save the megaphone batteries when the speaker goes on too long? Oh, Kenneth. Kaminari. It has to be Kaminari. But then again, the answer is once more heroes. Well, like I mentioned, there's harems in general that have romance and such. Just depends on the story. And, oh, Gohan told Leela she'll be fine. No, Leela, I think you're cool. But yeah, no, Leela, Dobby wouldn't want you because Dobby doesn't want any chance at happiness. Alright, let's make sure we're on the same page on that one. Ochako's big inspiring moment, kissing Deku in front of an angry mob. Ballsy. Respect. Nothing but respect. Check out the Star Wars Vision trailer now, Trip. The anticipation is killing me. Okay, Ty. You know what, Ty? You're such a nice guy. Even though I'm not the most interested in Star Wars, you're always so patient with me. So yeah, Ty, yeah. Let's go check it out. And we're still waiting, so there's not like we're going to get any spoilers in the meantime. I don't see anything on the Discord server. We're probably going to be here for another 2 hours, guys, in all honesty. It's going to be a miserable time, like always. Well, not miserable, but it's going to be miserable for our sleep schedules. Unless you're Skelly, in which case you live in the perfect part of the world. So give me a quick second, I'll load it up. How would you do an afterlife system in a story? Would you use a form of heaven or hell or reincarnation? My idea for one is merging heaven and hell with reincarnation. Yeah, I can tell you. The ones I'm currently using is I'm using the okay. So the systems that I would be using more often, unless I do a strictly heaven and hell story, it would be like you die and then you go into the repose sequence, because like one of the fundamental laws of the universe is the idea of sleep and death. So like death is like the higher order version of sleep, and so because of as above so below, you need to have a dream sequence when you are dead because of the implications of how that ties back to sleep. So you live your life, you die, and you get to go to a world where you get to have like the reflection of what your life was. And like this is probably where you can fit in heaven, because like technically you can fit in like the Christian version of heaven at lower levels if you take into account that maybe they don't have the full context. So you live a good life, you go to your heaven type dream sequence where it's a life that you're being rewarded for or penalized for what you did wrong in your previous life. That dream world ends, and then you go back and you reincarnate. That would probably be the system that I would be playing with for a lot. But I can play other systems from other religions, since I'm more or less aware of the other systems. And maybe it would take me like a few moments of researching, but I'd probably be able to do that. But yeah, I definitely factor in the reincarnation angle. I don't know if I could do like a cynical system, like you die and there's nothing afterward. Or maybe like a permanent purgatory. I'm not sure I could do that. I'm not sure if I would be willing to do that. Let's see. Leela might want you. Remember, he said he won. Is there a reason why Fuyumi and Hawks are shipped? I'm fine with it, but I don't remember them even interacting. Oh, that's a theoretical ship, Chris. Based on that's a theoretical ship based on. One second, I'm just loading this thing up. Based on Hawks liking Endeavor. So the idea is Hawks likes Endeavor so much he marries into the family. That's kind of how you have to interpret it. Doop 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 doop. Star Wars Visions. We can only really hope that I don't get copy struck for this. Let me just read the comments real quick, Ty, and then I'll get into it. Romance is a trick of biology to get us to shoot DNA at each other to procreate the future. Yeah. Okay, Jason, I believe I saw something about a Bleach announcement on Twitter. Should be on Sunday or Monday. Okay, gotcha. Sometimes, God, I like to read stuff with lewd hand-holding. Oh my God, lewd hand-holding. Let's see. Do anything to destroy Endeavor? Who will ship the shippers when the shippers need shipping? It's so obvious. The shippers! Society. The bad soap opera drama stuff? Yeah. My isekai story about bad people in other world, but they're really in hell and being judged by the action in the made-up world. It's a horror anthology. Oh, that's neat. That makes sense to me. I feel like I've seen that before. You're in another world, but it's actually hell? That sounds really familiar. What other story have I heard that did that? Where you're actually in hell? Okay, I know that's an idea that anime has done before. Stain goes to attack All Might. All Might proceeds to run Stain over with his car. Lol. Yep. And then he marries her older teacher sister. The end. You knew exactly what I was talking about, Tallow. You knew exactly what it was. Excellent. Yeah, many don't like the random I'm going to study abroad trope. There's Isekai I'm reading that he's technically dating his teacher. Deku steals Ochako's mother. She's working at Central Hospital. To be fair, the girl I liked in college went to study in Germany and came back swearing to only date men of German descent from then on. Oh. That's why you need to get sponsored by ExpressVPN. Obviously, her father committed suicide due to be... Oh my gosh. Trip, you know it's not perfect. Showing Disney stuff in the middle of a live stream, be very careful. Oh, okay, wait. I have to be careful? Gotcha. Even though I don't read any manga, thoughts on latest Dragon Ball Super manga chapter? Oh, hey, Robert. I enjoyed it. I like the beatdown, and I like that it has a time limit on Vegeta's power there. I really enjoyed the chapter. I don't like the second level villains, though. I'd kind of rather them not be there. And I kind of want to see, yeah, what does it look like when you have someone that actually has power from Dragon Balls? Let's see. At Speed Blitz, off-brand artist. Write that down. Anger Mob versus Inko and Mitsuki. Oh, that would be hilarious. If the moms show up to help Ochako, I'm 100% in. Oh, yeah, maybe that's the way out. Yeah, like if Ochako comes in there, but the moms show up and they're the ones that actually have the majority of the scene, I think I'm going to forget about Ochako. I think I actually will. Oh, Mr. Imon's in Australia. And yeah, Scale, I should say, yeah, I know it's not perfect. Sometimes I just nonchalantly talk at my phone about things I want and are interested in, and a couple hours to a few days later, I get ads about what I was talking about. That's concerning. That fight will be epic. I'll never show up to vouch for Izuku. Proud says, please, what is the mouse really going to do? And I'm homeless now and heading to Shawshank. Dang, that was quick. By the way, I was able to pull 3 copies of Brave Erica and 1 copy of Marth. Guy. Jason. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. God, man. Dang it, man. Dallo would put you in the factory make hats. Let's see. Oh, go on. It's 12 for you. Trip, I'm feeling down, so your Dobby roast would make me laugh. So hear me out and respond to this. Dobby's a good villain because he's Shigi right hand. Dobby was the MVP of the war. What? Shigi's right-hand man? No! No! Shigi has many right-hand men. They're his family. No. Dobby's his own right hand. He doesn't have anyone to support him. The MVP of the war? No, he had the Makio as the MVP of the war. And Shigaraki possessed. No, all Dobby did was gloat. That's all he can do. I mean, maybe most valuable piece of meat, but that's not really MVP anymore. I'll think more about it, Leela. I'll think more. Evangelion ending like regular shows ending because Shinji ended with Mary. Yeah, no, I actually found an interpretation. Well, I thought about it and also saw an interpretation that I really enjoyed. Oh, I watched it. It was pretty cool. Let's see. Dobby is... Oh, the good place. Yes. Dobby is the butter that gets blasted on a stake of All for One. Who's going to do the hand-holding when the hand-holders need hand-holding? Handshakers. That one anime. I want Dobby to do the Joker dance from the movie when the anime gets to his reveal. That's... Ty, why are you believing so much in the anime, man? They're not going to animate that. Dobby's moves are like non-existent. Dobby hurt Endeavor and Hero Society more than Shigi, Stain, and even All for One. What? What are you talking about? Higanto Makia killed hundreds of people and destroyed over 19 cities. All Dobby did was just air out dirty laundry. Meanwhile, like you have All for One actually breaking people out of jail and actually leading the charge on breaking society down to its like little bits. All Dobby really did was like, hey guys, look, this one guy is actually really shitty. Wow, who would have thought? Who would have thought celebrities had skeletons in the closet? Don't worry, if it's anything like our world, people will forget about it in a year. Game Freak didn't add customization in ORAS because it wasn't in Ruby Sapphire. Ilka adds customization BDSP. Really hoping the Battle Frontier will be back because of this. Me too. Was never into Evangelion Trip. I have one that Hawks was friend with Toya when he was younger, and that all I know. Nah, man, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that the guy just is smart. I think he was just really good at I think he was just really good at using resources. Chris said, I was thinking of doing a adventure fiction story with fantasy elements about the English Civil War. Something like Solomon Kane by Robert E. Howard. Well, go for it, Chris. I will tell you, like, if you're wanting to do something that you can sell, that might be a little hard to do as a no-name author. I don't know if you've written anything before that, Chris, but that might be a little hard to do just because general fantasy, it's hard to be seen in general fantasy. Like, the strategy would be, unless you're a 1 in a million genius, or like I guess a 1 in 1,000 genius, the strategy would be to do something a little bit more niche and like give it gimmicks, give it like really profitable gimmicks. But otherwise, like if you're not aiming for financial success, then do whatever. Adventure fiction story, I mean, that's interesting. I'm also very interested in the English Civil War. That sounds like that would be interesting. You could do your Hawks premiership like that. Yeah, pretty much, Matt. That's how I would tackle it. Time for Bollywood. Don't talk about anything deep or meaningful while I'm gone. Who am I kidding? I cracked myself up. Oh God. Isekai idea. Teenage girl suddenly dies and finds herself reincarnated as a young boy, to her horror being a very feminine girl previously. Yo, Prower, I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole, man. But hand-holding and opai talk is deep and meaningful. Tallow. Inko shows up in the angry mob wanting her son within the safety UA. She then gets a quirk awakening and levitates everyone. Oh my God. I can respect that. Gohan Eva isn't for everyone. I respect that too, it isn't. Thoughts on the free 100 sync poll that's coming to Pokemon Masters? Excited. I'm excited. I'm so excited. All the people that Deku saved will cut off Ochako and overshadow her, led by the Fox Girl. Oh, that'll be cool. Oh, yes, please. Also, who would have put for the MC the ending of Eva would have been the mother clone? Nah, man, Gohan, I'm actually really happy with the one I got, but I'm not an Eva fan, right? That's why I'm happy with the one I got. I always thought Pokemon Masters were really generous when it comes to gacha. Yeah, they are. I do think they legitimately are. I hope they last for another 2 years at least. LMAO at Dobby. All Dobby did was gloat. Dobby only hurts Endeavor because Endeavor disappointed Dobby couldn't even die correctly. It's going to be a vertical pan shot of the manga panel of Dobby dancing. 100%. Yo, like even the most recent One Piece dance sequence will be significantly better. Cancel Culture MVP of the War Arc. Yeah, that'll be forgotten. Dobby's such a failure. Yeah, Gohan. Believe it or not, Eva's original congratulation moment is one of my favorite anime moments of all times. Oh, okay. Interesting. You know, Jason, like you talking about Eva. That's cool to know. That's cool to know. I really wouldn't have pegged Eva for you, man. Found manga for Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact. Oh, cool. Do you enjoy it? I've read the manga for Genshin. I think it's pretty nice. Yeah, I know that. Let's see. Dobby undid Endeavor, which will just help Izuku. People will want to replace Endeavor. Deku's going to be the perfectly time to replace him. Yep, the gun dude. In the original ending, he just goes in the woods. I could never get into Fooly Cooly. Never got the hype. Me neither. He's easily the best girl. Welcome to Demon School. Iruma-kun manga does dancing well. Watch them animate Dobby dance the same way they animated Way of the House Husband. They could do it the way that the Childhood Friend Wins anime did dancing. You know, like really, the way to do the Dobby dance is to rotoscope it. You rotoscope it, and then you have a really uncanny kind of dance, and it makes it feel really weird, right? That's how I think they should go about doing it. Oh, right, guys. I just saw that my stream was losing frames. We got to go back to that wonderful 360p. All right. If Ty's not dead yet, then I don't know what we can really do. Hopefully Ty's still alive. You know, coming of age, I love coming of age stories like Moonrise Kingdom. That's a Wes Anderson film, but Moonrise Kingdom and like Mud. I do like coming of age quite a lot, but I don't like it in anime. Anime is like too melodramatic. I prefer coming of age to be in the nice 2 hours of a movie. Okay, guys, so we gotta be super careful here because it's Disney, and we're gonna be stopping it like every 15 seconds. Okay, I'll just talk through it. Okay, that girl looks like she's from Princess Mononoke. That kind of looks like the same kind of style. Okay, a lot of art shifts. A box. That guy looks like he might be out of Avatar. Again, guys, sorry, we gotta stop because I don't want to get destroyed by Disney. Because it happens a lot. So far, before the lightsaber comes up, this does not look like a Star Wars thing. This really just looked like a really weird Japan. Like artistic Japan. Actually, now that looks kind of like steampunk. That looks like a Trigger anime. Okay. Why is it that they're changing styles all over the place? Oh, wait. No, that is a Trigger. Wait, I think Ty told me about this. Trigger did do some of this stuff. That is 100% a Trigger anime. That's not a Trigger anime. That looked like Princess Mononoke again. Not sure who this is. Actually, that guy looks kind of like the guy from One Punch Man, Atomic Samurai. Yeah, that looks like Studio Ghibli. Oh, and they have like a little, they have the Rotums from Pokemon Sword and Shield behind them. That's neat. That's definitely another studio style that I recognized. Maybe Princess Mononoke again. Ah, yes, back to Trigger. There's 7 studios involved. 9 original stories. You know what? It's on the tip of my tongue for that one. That one looks like Obon Star Racers, but I know it's not. No, I don't think I'm a fan of this one, you know? I don't think I'm into it. I don't think I like this iteration. I think this is my least favorite style. The weapons are cool, though. Yeah, this one does remind me of like Studio... Is it Studio Ghibli? Yeah, this one reminds me of Spirited Away in the way it's drawn. Yeah, this does look like Obon Star Racers. This is the one that looks like the most like Obon Star Racers. Don't know what's going on there. That's just weird. This is very animated. This is very anime-esque. Maybe getting Trigger to do something might have been like the... I don't think like Trigger is thematically appropriate with the Star Wars universe. Like... I don't think this is gonna be good when it with Trigger, if it is Trigger. Actually, that looks a little bit like one of the characters from Megalobox. Oh, that was a cool sequence. That was a really cool sequence. Yeah, I don't have good feelings about the Trigger ones, the Trigger lookalikes. Don't got good feelings about that one, man. Alright, that was my full reaction. There we go. Let's get away from there so my computer doesn't die while we're trying to stream. Yeah, man, the moment I killed YouTube, my stream goes back to green bars. Alright.
When the sun's out, bathe in sunlight.
Let's see.
When the moon's out, bathe in moonlight.
I skipped through some of the episodes. Animamus is right, just do the 144p. Make Dobby dance better than Gojo in the ending of Jujukai first. Oh, yo, man. Yeah, if Dobby can dance better than Gojo, then that's the way to go. YouTube Classic Mode engaged. Ghibli is one of many studios working on this. Okay, the girl looks like a character from Mulan. This is looks Chinese. 9 episodes, each a different studio. It's similar to Animatrix. There are at least 6 different studios working on multiple studios as well. Trigger involved making this. Yes, okay. So Instant the Star Wars anime and anthology. I'm more like Izuku, never grew up with a father, so Dobby sucks to me, but need to pelt stone and use flame, screaming, I am Metal Lord or Fire Lord, but you could call me Toya.
Wanna come over for tea?
Alright. That sure will trigger some people. I think slavery, mass genocide, and books, arts, burning fell under cancel culture. Not stuff on web, people cry about cancel culture with dumb things. Well, you know how it is. Like, the Western world is a lot more sensitive. So, like, today's cancel culture is a lot softer than yesterday's cancel culture. Yesterday's cancel culture, because like yesterday's cancel culture, you're burned at the stake, right? Nowadays, you're socially assassinated. This looks like their attempt at Avatar: The Last Airbender. This will be a mess. Gohan says too many styles in one movie. Well, it's not one movie, right? It's like multiple episodes at least, but it's in one series. Good, Dal. We're watching. Oh yeah, Pro Main. Yeah, that's exactly what they were using for that style. Force Lightning is dark side power. You know, one thing I do like in one of the expanded universe books, Force Lightning was also light side of the Force power. They called it Force Judgment. It's like righteous fury. Why are they shooting lightning at the sky instead of each other? I don't know, man. It is so damn anime, it's throwing me off. Yeah, the trigger one is weird. Apparently 4 out of 9 stories are going to be canon. Oh, okay. Fun facts, people involved with animating OG Thundercats animated much later stuff like Naruto and Bleach. Oh, nice. Taking a 13-year college... Wait. Oh, wait, sorry. Ooh. Taking a 13-unit college year. Any recommendations on time management? Chris? Oh, Atsushi's awake. Excellent. Let me load things up then. Thanks, Sarge. Okay, yo, time management, man. Value your sleep. Listen in class, because the more you listen in class, the less studying you have to do. Try to get a habit. If you get a regiment in, it'll be good. Like a lot of your time management is going to be impacted directly by how much you have to redo things that you went over in class. So you want to stay ahead in class. If you can stay ahead in class, you're going to have time. Oh, okay, Heavenly Controller. Yeah, what's going on with Heavenly Controller? Let me know. Is it drama? Oh, please tell me it's drama. Well, actually, no. Like, because I don't want people to have drama. But at the same time, if it's drama and it's funny, then it's okay. But if it's really unfortunate drama, then that's too bad. There's, as you can tell, there is an order to things when it comes to drama. Oh. Another one falls. Wait, so are they saying that he did something bad or he's the victim? Guys, listen. If you guys ever become famous YouTubers, and not Ty, no spoilers yet, man. But Ty, I want to know, what are you excited about for this Star Wars project? Are you excited about like the canon stuff? Because for me, looking at it right now, I'm very concerned about Trigger being involved in it. But the one with the Beast Girl, I thought that one looked pretty nice. I would like to see more of that one. Let's see. Let's go that way. Oh. So, not sure if this is a place to talk about it here. Abba and Preach. Well, Z, like, the thing is, if you're not careful with your words, YouTube's gonna self-censor it, and then I have to. Sometimes it might just completely not send a message. Like, you can talk about it here, but we have to be really careful with our words so we don't get censored automatically. ABBA and Preach drama was the big thing on my timeline. Okay. What is fire evolution is stronger, lightning or laser, maybe lava? I think lava. He did something bad and he admitted to it on stream, recorded. People recording it thought after made me. Oh wait, people recording it though after me made it unlisted. Okay, he went live to talk about the situation. I missed the days when I had quests. Ah yes, Sarge, I don't do it. And the girl made a thread about its crazy trip. It just sounded like Skelly noticing that furry in Star Wars. Oh whatever, whatever, Power, whatever, man, whatever. Current famous YouTubers are a bunch of grifters. Yeah, I don't know, man, John. I don't know. Yo, guys, I'm going to tell you, if I ever get to the level where I'm having significant drama, one, pray for me, because that's going to ruin my family life. There's no way my family's going to be okay with this. I'm going to probably be living on my own, and it's going to be, like, really sad and depressing. But if I ever get into YouTube drama, you can be like, okay, Trip must be doing well enough to be in YouTube drama. Like, he must be making so much money that he can afford to be in YouTube drama. So at the very least, if I'm ever there, at least know that I succeeded to some degree before promptly losing it all after like a series of really terrible mistakes. But yeah, all right. So I guess now the next big question is with Heavenly Controller is, will this actually affect his YouTube presence? Will people actually get upset about it, or will people come in to defend him, even though he's admitted it himself, right? Like, how much of a speed bump is this going to be for his trajectory here? Because if we're being cynical, it's like, oh yeah, no, not that much of a speed bump. Mind you, I don't know the contents of it, so maybe it is a speed bump. Tallow says, that's why they'll never get me to admit to stalking. Nope, too smart for that. Yeah, Tallow. No one's ever going to get you to admit to stalking. Mark, did you get that on tape, Mark? Tell me you got that on tape, Mark. And guys, just to let you know, I am looking at it right now. I'm looking at the leaks. I have my eyes on it. The moment the leaks come up, I will tell you. Hopefully, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they come fast. It's like 10:30 my time. You know, this is around the time that leaks usually start coming out. Oh, wait, you know, I should also check 4chan, because 4chan might have the leaks. So, for those that might remember, 4chan has been batting pretty well for the last 2 weeks. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 cards. Wait 1 second, I'm looking at Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Oh, those are so cool. Okay, stay away. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an addiction, not a friend. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an addiction, not a friend. Yeah, I don't see. Actually, I guess I have a question for you guys. Do you guys think that the chapter will be just talking? do. Guys, wait. What? I think there might be leaks on 4chan? Alright. Give me a second. Let me start getting you the information here. So I'm gonna check if it's actually a real leak. I'm not sure. Okay, someone boil some water. Oh my god, yes. Wait, something's going on here. I think I have the second half, so I'm just looking at trying to see if I can find the first half. Because people are saying, oh, I just saw the Uraraka megaphone image from the volumes. Just give me a quick second. Just trying to find the first half of the spoilers. Oh, here it is. Got it. Okay. Got the first half of the spoilers. Okay, so here we go. So number 323. The first half is a recollection of the explanation of the male English barrier. Okay, no, wait. I think it's just that that's bad translation. That's bad translation. Give me a second. Give me a quick second here, because I need to run this through a better translator. Okay. Number 323, one step. The first half is a recollection of the principal's explanation of the UA barrier. Kaminari says it's getting more like a robot animation. It's more like a robot anime. Second half is Genus and Ochako's persuasion of the refugees. The second movie admission... Oh, okay, no. That's that. Okay, so that's the first half. So the first half is an explanation of the UA barrier, and Kaminari calling it a robot anime, and the second half is Genus and Ochako's persuasion of the refugees. Then you have the movie admission present color page drawn by Horikoshi. The heroes themselves will be driven by compartment to go underground and become a shelter, and then travel to Shiketsu and the other hero departments. The cost will be paid by the principal, and Kaminari says it doesn't look like it's going to cost more than $1 billion to do so. Wait, you guys are talking about something weird. I think the one with the beast girl is going to be canon. Her species actually appeared. Okay, cool. I look forward to seeing you boxing a Lloyd brother. Okay, let's see. They were treating free heavenly. So let's see. I laughed at Hirohei's video about Genshin. Apparently, people are saying Amber is a minor because she's short. There's also characters. They're also saying that there are no men in real life that are short like the characters. No, there's a lot of men in real life that are short like the characters. Go to Ireland, you'll find them. R. Kelly was free for so long. And thanks, Mark. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's new fusions. Let's see. I only watched the anime. Your mistake was watching Hirohei. Yeah, looks like everyone is slowly getting fusions. I used to watch Hirohei for his Ruby content. Let's see. Brand new animal got best animal people unlike animal design human. Okay. Let's see. I watched his stuff. Oh, let's see. Someone must have woke Asushi because of the 4chan spoilers. I agree. The 4chan spoilers must have triggered him. Remember the live streams where he would go dress up as a superhero and patrol his city? What? Wow. Okay. Asushi smell competition. Let's see. I was. Yeah, he's not normal now that I look back at it. Dollars or yen, that's a big difference. 4chan sounds weird. So they're traveling underground. I'm 5'6". 22 wee short men exist. Yep. They're underground. Okay, so did we all get that for the spoilers? Do you guys want me to... I guess I could copy and paste them into here. So I'll put in the 4chan spoilers. God, it's 622 thingamajigs. God damn it. I can't get it. God damn it. This is going to be annoying. 1 second, guys. Just trying to get you the 4chan spoilers so you can all see it. Don't know, Ty. They say it's the same source as last time, and that same source is the one that kept giving us good for the last few weeks 4chan's been correct. Like, it's now time for 4chan supremacy. Okay, so that's the best translation I got. Thingamajig, that's bigger than a whatchamacallit. Yeah, it is. But it's, and then a something or other is significantly smaller. The first half is a recollection of the principal's explanation of the Yue burial, Kaminari. It's getting more like a robot animation. The second half is Genist and Ochako's persuasion of the refugees. The heroes themselves will be driven by compartment to go underground and become a shelter. So right now, I guess I like that Ochako's moment is completely overshadowed by the fact that Yue is an underground railway. I guess that's what it is. It looks like Yue developed a high-speed rail between all the hero departments. Like, is that what we're dealing with? And I love that I love too that it's Genist and Ochako who came in there. So far, like, these are probably the right spoilers. These are probably going to be it. This is probably what we're getting. Yo, man, if this is the real one, then this is going to be hilarious. And White Despair giving us the true story behind All for One. Man. All right. What are we feeling right now when it comes to the... Yeah, what are we feeling right now when it comes to the spoilers? Any thoughts? Any ideas? Or do we think this is it? Do we think this is going to be real? Oh, hey, Chris. Let's see. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh archetype. I talked about this before. It's the familiar possessed archetype and the heroes. I got really affected by the heroes. Really like them. Let's see. I'm hoping this means that this chapter isn't Uraraka's big moment. Maybe she'll have more stuff to do in the future. Fingers crossed, Jazz. Fingers crossed. We'll do that. Yeah, no, man. Like, I'm concerned, man. I'm concerned. Well, I find it funny, but I'm concerned that Ochako is gonna get her moments taken away by Best Genist. Jason told you Uraraka moment mid if chapter is real. I don't even know if this is mid, man. This just feels like even I can't say I thought that Ochako was going to get support from someone that wasn't a student. That's legitimately not something I saw coming. This guy's having a trouble with a furnace. I'm an adventurer, so I'm going to... Oh, wait. Why do this when I can just go and do combat at Spiral? Like, okay, you know, if Best Genist comes in to help Ochako's moment, it's really easy to take it down. Ida had his moment all by himself. Bakugo got his moment all by himself in terms of the dialogue. And then Ochako comes in there and is like, oh, yo, let the professional actually help her out. Next chapter of Release the Witch is up. Oh, Release the Witch. Personally, I think there isn't quite enough stuff in the spoilers. We basically have two things, the underground system and talking to civilians. Personally, doesn't seem like enough for a whole chapter. Yeah. Well, we know that the 4chan spoilers are typically like summaries, so there's probably more going into it. But people are saying that, oh, the spoilers are saying that half of the chapter is spent explaining the UA walls. So I don't know. UA itself drives each section, driving underground, becoming a shelter, and moves to Shigetsu and the other hero departments. Trying to see if I find a third bit here, guys. I don't think there is a third, but let me just see if there's a third. I do think it's a lot to half a page to explain the walls is too much. I do agree with you. But then again, Horikoshi can always aim to surprise. And of course, always possible that the 4chan spoilers are incorrect. We know the title though, it's one step. So if the 4chan spoilers and Atsushi come out with the same title, we'll have a... There's possibility here. Pretty much we'll be looking at the title. Ty, just saw your answer. Let's see. Sounds like a lot to just explain the barrier. There better be a floating whale in that explanation. Yeah, or an underground whale. I'd be okay with an underground whale in all honesty. Oh right, I remember now why I wasn't doing Abyss. It's because I was getting ready the national team. And sorry guys, I know my English is messed up. I'm sorry. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I need more materials for him as well. I will do that tomorrow. Let's see. I forget the build for him. I don't have the build handy on me right now. Ah, it's okay. It's early Abyss. I don't need to be built. Okay, moving back into here. It depends on what Uraraka and best units do. Still hoping this is just leading into Uraraka continue to have more presence in the story. Also, this is probably set up for the next battle. Yes. Half this chapter, personally, I don't see how half a chapter is going to be spent on that. At least going off the description we have so far, it doesn't seem like it'll take that long. Well, one thing to keep in mind is that if we actually are doing the introduction of UA as a combat shelter, then I think they're going to have to, maybe the author can actually come up with a lot to give us a tour. I guess the question is, why despair? If we actually spend 7 pages of the chapter talking about how the UA system works, how do you feel about that personally as a reader? I'd be mad if they talk about the walls for half the chapter. That's Kayla. Best unit's probably going to come in and say, Ochako's not everyone can have charismatic speeches. You just had the opposite effect and almost started a riot. Oh my god, that's too based. You don't have to give an index about how a fortress functions if that information is not going to be important in the future. Yes, like 100%. He's giving the information because it's going to be important. If that's what happens, it's because it's important. Is this Uraraka moment chapter? Yes. Just got here. Oh, hey, Yusuke. We're talking about the spoilers, Yusuke. I pasted them on the chat. They're the 4chan spoilers, so we're not sure if they're real yet. Bennett's a good boy, not best boy of Monster, but a good boy nevertheless. Yeah, Prower, I agree. I truly wouldn't care about UA barrier if UA isn't going to be a main battleground for multiple fights. Well, no. I do think that UA is going to be a battleground. It's almost guaranteed. It's been guaranteed since ever since the day that Aizawa was telling people that it's going to be okay because this is UA. When you say, this is good, something's going to be okay because this place is going to make it okay, that's like, hey, guys, come attack us. Right? That's what that really means in narrative talk. So from that perspective, it's guaranteed UA is going to be a battleground. Zhongling. She's not built to be national team though, so I gotta keep that in mind. So I'll have to see if national team works here. I think the third option is a flex. I can keep Hu Tao in just in case this doesn't work out for me. Then you. Maybe just give Zhao full. Yeah, that'll be okay. Like Zhao, it's early spiral, so it doesn't really matter. UA barrier is the new sen. No, yo, Prower, you genius. No, the UA barrier is connected to Central Hospital. Imagine someone gets injured, they bring them down into the UA railway. They railway them over to Central Hospital. Central Hospital applies miracle work on them, and then they send them right back. And it's like an immortal army. Yes, this is actually what we need, guys. This is it. The birds, they're getting excited too. Guys, I think the birds are prophetic. I think the birds know. This is it. Oh, okay. Cool. Are we gonna get UA Megazord power now? Nah. You know, guys, did you ever watch Dexter's Laboratory in that one episode that was... Oh, wait, no. The better example is... Guys, did you watch Rick and Morty, the Mecha Ferrets episode? And you know how, like, all of them, when they were in the Mecha Ferrets, they went... Sorry, I should have been paying attention.
Off we go.
Oh, I guess I'll have to fight them.
Everybody stand back.
1 second. Anyway, in the Mecha Ferrets episode, you know how Rick,
Time to act.
when they're going into the ferrets, they have to go through the tunnels and all that kind of stuff to reach their particular Mecha Ferret? It's going to be like that. The UA is going to have a tunnel system, and that's... Oh, this is hard to talk when I'm trying to also not die. But yeah, they're going to go through that. I'm pretty sure that's how the tunnel system works. That's how it works for the mecha. They go through the tunnel system to reach their headquarters, or like the cockpit of the mecha, and then they get to combine. It's going to be 100% like old school Voltron. There we go. Got my words in place now. It's not fair these guys don't get hurt. Let's see. So there's that guy over there.
Ring cutter.
I should have gone for the other guy first.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Should have gone for a little muncher over here. There we go. Oh, Jason, you were gone since then? Damn, man. 1 second. Yeah, Jason, when I, the idea of Eddie restoring Kurogiri, I don't know. Because I don't know, like, if Kurogiri constitutes a new life, or if that's enough to revert him. Like, he has been brought back to life. So could she just go straight through to reverting? It all depends on how the author wants to play with what happens when you actually resurrect someone. Can you bring them back? Is there like some kind of loophole? I don't know. Like, I feel like if the author wants to give a happy ending, I think that would be very nice. But otherwise, I don't know. Oh, Trip, what do you think is the most OP power that's been shown in One Piece? Most OP. I feel like Sugar's fruit. Sugar's devil fruit is very overpowered. UA has an underground railway system connecting to other schools. Izuku. Oh, okay, I understand. No, Izuku, you really don't. Kami represents to spend half the chapter explaining to Izuku what a railway system is. The real backbone of Hero Society, Central Hospital. Like, actually, Jazz, yeah. Have UA be the head of the My Hero Academia equivalent of the Megazord. I stepped away for a few... Okay, no, I got that. No, but I did watch Dexter's Lab episode where his family all combined to mech. Well, yeah, in that episode, they also all go through... Well, actually, they get into their vehicles, but they go through, like, a little tunnel kind of thing. If Central Hospital is so good, why did Night Eye die? Because Central Hospital wasn't that good back then. Is an underground system easy to infiltrate? I'm asking because I don't really know. Poison? I don't know either. I mean, I feel like it would be easy to infiltrate. I don't know. How easy is it? How easy is it to get into a subway system that's been closed off? Really easy because people do it all the time. Yeah. Maybe they took him to West Hospital. Oh yeah, maybe Talo. I've heard bad things about West Hospital. I guess those tunnels could be important if UA needs to be evacuated and need to move the civilians, or if they need to get back to quickly to UA. Could see them being blocked during a battle. Me too. As cool as that would be, I don't think it will happen. Horikoshi hasn't done enough to set up other schools for that to happen. Yeah, we only know Shiketsu and Miss Joke's school. Now I'm really excited for Mex. I want page where everyone in unison say, "Who the hell do you think we are?" Let's see. Kurogiri resurrected off screen like Mirio and then flashback. God. Oh, seems 4chan is right. The Atsushi tweeted the title. Okay. It begins, guys. Title is one step. Oh yeah, here we go. Eddie reverts Kurogiri till it becomes the Frankenstein because of all the quirk factors being in the same spot, so rewinding results with overlap bodies. Oof, that'll be rough. What about the worst fruit? Worst fruit. I feel like... I don't know, I'll have to think about that. I see Eddie restoring Overhaul's arm, then Overhaul restoring Kurogiri. He revived the top half of Rappa's body. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough because I don't know what to do about the sentience. They took Night Eye to one of the Heretic Hospital. West Hospital definitely has a below average Yelp rating. Oh yeah, man, definitely. One second, guys. I'm just trying to get onto Atsushi's Twitter account. Alright, there we go. Yeah, one step. Okay. So, 4chan is right. We know it's right. How do we... Okay, is anyone coping now? So just to give you guys the recap, the 4chan spoilers say the first half is a recollection of the principal's explanation of the UA barrier. Oh god, it's not a recollection. It's a flashback. I was right. The chapter actually is opening with a flashback. Well, no, that wasn't a hard bet. That's what the author's been doing for a while, because this guy's telling a story in a really weird way. So it's an explanation of the UA barrier. It's getting more like a robot. Second half is Genist and Ochako's persuasion of the refugees. Okay, so that's what we got. One step forward, three steps back for Uraraka. Like, I bet the one step is like one step towards people being nice to heroes. I think that's what we got. If My Hero Academia really ends after the attack of UA, I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunity of potential world building. But Yusuke, Hero Academia has never been about world building. It's never been about that, right? Like, to this day, we don't really have a good sense of the area around. Like, it's not about that. Like, Hero Academia has never been about world building. I think it's Big Mom's genie guy's fruit. You have to rub yourself for a genie to appear. It's so dumb. He can also never. No, I think the genie fruit is pretty overpowered. All things that absolutely sure was smart of All For One to abandon Gigantomachia, then go liberate villains from 8 different prisons without saving Machia. And remember, it was all to teach Shigaraki a lesson. All For One is smart. Yeah, pretty much. We have to start paying attention to 4chan. Oh wait, 4chan's probably freaking out because Atsushi just confirmed the title. I need to see this. Hopefully Atsushi knows the spoilers are already out. I'm just trying to see if I can... Trying to see if I can find any more information. 4chan now got the speed force. Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. But here we are. What the heck? Oh, wait, guys. I got a bigger spoiler. Hold on. There's a bigger spoiler. Okay. Here we go, guys. I don't know if these are correct ones because, you know, 4chan might be lying everywhere. But 4chan says... Principal is looking over blueprints for the wall together with the teachers. They admit they are all for one's prime target, but safety is not enough. The students and civilians should feel at home. 300 pro heroes are gathered to reinforce the wall with various quirks so that the wall can move, fold, grow, and stack if there is a threat. Aizawa watches the walls from his office. He knows that it won't be enough, but it will persuade those who need to come back and help. Oh, but it will persuade those who need to come back and help. Oh my god. Come on. Okay, so that spoiler is... Okay, this is real. There's no way around it. Because this is so crappy, that has to be real. Aizawa is saying the walls of UA will be what bring together every lost hero. Those who need to come back and help. Kaminari explains the wall to Izuku. I kind of want to see it transform, but I don't want there to be a threat for it to happen. God damn it, it is actually a mech. Deku is distracted by the civilians. Shouting at him to leave. And this is the second half now. Uraraka says she will handle them. Best Jeanist makes a speech about denim being sewn together tightly and that bonds should not be frayed or else the constitution will be weak. Why are you speaking in rhetoric to dumb people? This is not going to help the manga audience. The civilians get madder until Uraraka borrows the speaker from President Mike. He has protected us. He's the one who can save us from Shigaraki because he kept him at bay. Why would you punish him for being a threat to the villains? No, they're not punishing him for being a threat to the villains. They're complaining because Shigaraki was not stopped by Izuku. Because Shigaraki can still come and get into the tower or he could still attack UA. And before Izuku can win, hundreds of people might die. Because that's what already happened. Before Izuku wins, or before Izuku gets the chance to keep Shigaraki at bay, many people can die. Mind you, I'm getting upset about a 4chan spoiler. But we're assuming the 4chan spoiler is correct here. I'm also just getting upset about Ochako. Deku almost smiles, but his eyes look sad. He thanks Uraraka for defending him. And then she's like, Izuku, your mother's over there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, probably Yusuke. Probably. I don't know. I'm gonna copy the thing over for you guys so that you guys can check it out. Like, it's fun though. This is fun. This is really fun. I'm gonna have so much fun ragging on this if I get the opportunity. Oh god, I wish you weren't so lame. I wish you weren't so lame, YouTube. Why are you so lame, YouTube? Alright, let me post this all up here, guys, so you guys can grab it. So give me a quick second, team. Give me a quick second. It's because like, there's a lot of lines here. Oh, god damn it. There's just so much. I like how they're also contradicting themselves by saying that the civilians should feel at home. Oh yeah, we feel at home like right next to the guy that everyone's gunning for. I mean, like, imagine the balls if this is actually real. Imagine the balls of saying that they're going to be safe when Shigaraki has a quirk that can quite literally kill someone without any... Like, there's just... He has an instant touch quirk, man. Like, come on. This is not the guy that you should be playing chicken with. But now the question is, are these actually the spoilers? Honestly, with Aizawa's rhetoric, that's the thing that just got me. Aizawa's rhetoric is the one that makes me think this is real. And honestly, I'm not sure someone can come up with the insanity that Best Jeanist came up with. Like, that sounds like... I don't know if anyone other than Horikoshi can actually come up with best genist high level rhetoric. And I like how we're like talking about Inko as if she matters. So let me just catch your guys' stuff. So I'm assuming 300 pro heroes are guarding the fortress for all hero schools, or just Yue and Shiketsu. It looks like Shiketsu. Oh, Jazz. The answer is if a human eats the human fruit, they become enlightened. They become the perfect human. That's the answer that Oda's given for that one. I hope you're still there to hear that answer, man. Asushi needs to change up his game plan. He's been getting outplayed for several weeks now. Yeah. I mean, I think we pretty much have the spoilers, boys and girls. I think it's here. Let's see. If it's about Lunch Rush being the real hero, I'm back in. Are we getting our whale? So I'm assuming 300 pro heroes are guarding the fortress. I got that because heroes have a personality, so it's just annoying. So it's so annoying just be people. So now he's ripping off the climax of the Disney, The Three Musketeers. Trip is going to make a long video. Screw the civilians. Should have snuck Deku into the school. Should be a secret entrance. I agree. The fact I care more about a will is sad. Slow pause, very inspirational. Chaco's character arc is complete. Wait, Uraraka did something? I definitely wait for the official translation for a speech. Yeah, we'll have to see. President Mike needs to use Trump level rhetoric for these people. To be fair, that barrier has a bone to pick with the public. His brother died valiantly to protect you away from the reporters, but was murdered by Tomoto Shigaraki. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. To be honest, I think this works. I had to be something about how civilians were being considerate of how much Izuku would help them. Nothing else would really make sense to convince them to stay. No, but I think like this is still kind of weak, Jazz, because it's not actually addressing any of the points. It's like we're saying that, like Ochako's point is he has a chance at beating Shigaraki, but it doesn't address the point. Why should we be put in danger if it's going like it's not going to be a simple I'm going to beat you type fight. It's not going to be a simple One Punch Man type kill. Izuku's struggling. Like Izuku's coming here defeated, and you like especially consider the optics. They're seeing them bringing this kid in, and he looks like he's been through the ringer, and you want to trust that guy, the guy that looks like he's about to keel over and die, with your life because he's the only defense you really have. In their mind, it's like if he's really going after him, why even bring him over here? Like that's like so far the rhetoric hasn't addressed that. And I'm not sure. We'll have to see if it does. But like Horikoshi in this, if this is the final thing, right now it looks like Horikoshi isn't addressing the actual real concern here. That being, is Izuku's comfort more worth the people's guaranteed safety? It's like ultimately Netsu is making a promise that they're going to be fine. But there's a traitor that might still be at play here, right? There's a lot of factors going into this. I just realized that they don't have to worry about supplies since they have Momo. It would be interesting to see Momo's quirk being abused by people. Just an idea. I don't know. Don't know if that'll work. Might be worded differently, pointing out Izuku is the only one who can even try and stop All for One. Even a weakened Deku is stronger than all the heroes minus Endeavor. I mean, hopefully she goes that direction. Like what they needed to be pointed out to civilians that they're kind of being a dick to shout at a kid who has done nothing but help them. I don't see what else would have really convinced them. If they go for an emotional plea, yeah. All to teach Shigaraki a lesson so that he becomes independent, becomes a symbol of his own, because that is essential to the plan to have a copy of your consciousness take over someone's body. Yes. All for One. No. Well, yeah, actually, Omar, we've wondered about that before. Can Central Hospital actually be a traitor? Also, 300 heroes making a giant mech monster is pretty insane for a defense. Definitely more stacked than Tartarus. Yeah, but what happens if Shigaraki touches the mech? That's why Aizawa is probably going to be an important piece. Like, if Aizawa is at the head and watching everyone, that's the way to go. But ultimately, what does it matter if you have a mech monster if smaller mechs have already lost when they're all firing bullets at Shigaraki? Like, what's one giant mech that's a giant target going to do? Like, think about it, like, logically. What's it going to matter if multiple mechs shooting at Shigaraki from different directions can't do anything versus the one mech? Right? It's all about the framing on this particular situation. Mind you, the author can make it work, but we're now looking like this is going to be a framing situation. Like the fight's really going to be, if Shigaraki's going to be involved here, the fight is keep Shigaraki away from the mech and hopefully have some kind of energy barrier or have Ochako float the mech. Some kind of thing has to occur where the mech is impervious to Shigaraki's touch. Honestly, if you want to do attack on UA, you might be better off having All For One be the one to go in there and fight. And also, I have to ask, like, All For One, why didn't you make a copy of Shigaraki's quirk and give it to yourself? Like, why not? Why not make a Nomu with Shigaraki's quirk copied into it? Then UA is 100% hooped. I have no idea what President Mike is thinking with his insipid nonsense. Izuku's comfort is the key to protecting everyone's safety. Dun dun dun. For one, I actually agree with the public in here. This one, there is no way that this wall is not going to be breached. No, Mega, I didn't hear about DBS. Let's see. Kicking out Deku would only keep them safe, maybe a few days. But if All For One gained One For All, it would be over, and all would be lost. No, remember, All For One, he's going to keep society running. Like, All For One wants a society to rule. The problem is if Shigaraki gets anything. All For One, we know what All For One society looks like. It just looks like hell, but people are still living. Not the worst situation of Shigaraki and All For One. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the rhetoric. I'm very excited. This is just going to be great. I really hope that art-wise Ochako gets something good here. I'm excited though. So now, White Despair, we've got better 4chan spoilers. How do you feel about potentially, you know, one chapter or half the chapter being dedicated to the UA barrier? How does that make you feel? And if the Best Genius stuff is correct, how do you guys feel about Best Genius coming in there with more Best Genius metaphors? Because, I don't know, if that's true, that kind of takes away a little bit of it from me, you know? It's a serious moment, and you're coming in there talking in terms that... Best Genius is the character people always would be like, what's he trying to say? And so, I feel like you're kind of ruining the moment by having Best Genius come in with the metaphor. Like, I personally wouldn't have done it. It's true to the character, but it takes away a lot of the energy. Worthless. Okay, so Jazz's Toga's Pass will be episode 21. Oh, okay, got you, Sarge. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot. Shigaraki can jump pretty high, unless Izuku can try and counter him. My question is, will All For One break out Higantomaki for the fight with the mech? I mean, that feels where the mech should be going. It should be against Higantomakia. It's a mech, but it's powered by 300 heroes, and the mech in Tartarus seems similar to the one used in the entrance exam, which were known to be dumb. Well, that's kind of... I mean, I feel like if you... I know that the models from UA, or UA has the models, but I feel like you would give the prison some kind of upgrade. In the same way they were upgraded with guns, I feel like you could upgrade their AI. But from my perspective, you say 300 heroes, I see 300 points of potentially bad teamwork occurring. And the potential for chaos occurring, and then the mech falls apart. Right, Jazz? Like, I'm seeing, mind you, Jazz, I am seeing it a little bit more pessimistic, but I'm also being the heel on this one just to get more thoughts from you guys. And I feel like if I come up with more negatives, you guys can come up with some more positives to counter it. So, yeah, for me, I'm still concerned. I am concerned here. I ultimately, what I want is, if we're going to be impervious, I want it to be like really cool impervious nature to it. Excited to see the mecha in the manga panels. The public should have been told that they were always going to be attacked, because since he loves UA, then it'd be attacked to make Izuku feel bad or sad. I think that would have been a good thing to say. It's just because, like, this is all a game of optics. You want the optics to be on Izuku's side. Still hope that Uraraka has more stuff past this. Best Genius using his metaphors is greatest of all time. Love that guy. Also, the metaphor fails. I think emotional plea was the best route to convince them. I think emotional plea is probably the best route as well. But it's worth pointing out that emotional pleas are logical fallacies, right? So, remember, like, when it comes to those logical fallacies, they're good at convincing people, but they're nonsensical in nature, fundamentally. It's just a lot of people think with their emotions more, and that's why we're in this situation. What the? Okay, now I think this is getting out of control. I think I found more spoilers, but at this point, I think this might be too much. I will let you know. Let me read this off for you guys. Izuku talks to his mom, still sort of out of it. She smiles at him sadly and wipes some of the dirt off his face with a handkerchief. That worn out look reminds me of Hisashi when he come home from work grumbling about doctors and quirks. Dad? I don't remember him. Inko looks down. He had a very rough job in America. One day he told us he had some unfinished business he had to take care of, and then, well, there was an accident at work. We got a call from one of his co-workers. A polite man calls Shiraku. Before she can finish, Nezu's voice calls out over the speakers and calls for the UA students to head to his office. Okay, no way. How are you going to fit all the UA students in his office? You better get going. Seems principal needs you. Izuku looks at her strongly before nodding and heading off. Inko looks up at the sky and thinks to herself, how would you handle this, Hisashi? No, but we're told he works overseas. No, that's fake. That one's fake. That one's someone's writing off of the spoilers. Very creative, but I think that one's fake. Going off these spoilers, I think the explanation of UA is much more acceptable. Before the only thing they were talking about was an underground railway, just a single app. Now we have a whole bunch of aspects. The number of heroes present, the design of walls, as I was role. They plan to assemble more heroes. Much more details with this new spoilers. Well, yeah, obviously. We knew that the 4chan spoilers always lack in detail at the beginning. I think it's lame they really take half the chapter for the barrier. As someone who doesn't care for denim in general, I wish Wash had made a speech. Yes, I think it's to contrast the mindset of the generation of Izuku. They're just normal people in the generation of the golden era of heroes that always stay in their heroic character. Oh, see it random. The 300 hero thing doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Hopefully the panels show how they do it. Yeah, hopefully. Can Shigaraki be dead by his own quirk if people was... Wait, if the K by Shigaraki grab hold of Shigaraki and double suicided? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe he's immune. I will say though, if someone compromises the heroes inside of the mecha, also maybe the heroes can transform it into a blimp and make it fly. Maybe that's what those sketches were about. Yeah. If they did go for an emotional plea, I would want someone to just flatly say they don't care. I'd be interested to see how they would react to it. Repeat Sashi? Yeah, no, man. I mean, didn't the entire class all fit into Nezu's... Oh, no. The spoilers specifically said... Sorry, Jazz. This is an issue of me being very particular. The spoilers said... Or the next round of spoilers, which I think are fake, said... He called all UA students, not Class A. All of the UA students. So that's the issue there. He's calling all UA students. So that might be like also just incorrect spoiler. It could have, if we're doing that, it could just be, oh, calling all Hero Course students. Or, you know, calling all Class 1A students. Oh. Yeah, but that's damage from using the quirk, right? But that's not really disintegration damage, right? It's not decay damage. Like, I remember his arm was pretty messed up. And didn't he get his body repaired so that he would not have to take that damage anymore? Wasn't that the point of the repairs from Garaki? Yeah, but, Sarge, I thought the damage was usage. Oh, here we go. Guys, it's on. It begins. The chapter begins with a flashback.
If there's nothing
God.
better to do, we could go foraging for ingredients.
Wait, just let me paste it. So now we have to wait 15 minutes. Yo, wait. Yo, Sarge. Shigaraki can regen being burnt to a crisp. I don't think regen helps to an extent. I think regen helps all the way.
Is there time for a quick
Because if
snack?
Shigaraki
I'll whip one
can
up in no
survive
time.
being burnt to a crisp, the man's on. The man's 100%. Now, remember guys, what we're also looking at here is that we don't want the Hisashi thing to be true, because that sounded stupid. I don't know, Kenneth. I don't know. I mean, he could just punch Shigaraki into space too. Okay, so I'm going to read it. The chapter begins with a flashback of the students at the principal's office. I got that right. Just before they went after Izuku. Ida remembers the principal's words about showing everyone how effective the barrier is, but he thinks that if they can bring Izuku back peacefully, that will be enough to calm the civilians. Nedzu disagrees, saying that it's not enough. Izuku is currently the hero's trump card, so protecting him without proper security measures would be risky. After Tartarus was invaded, Nedzu made some improvements to the school's security system. Now the UA barrier is not only a barrier, it makes UA move. The campus has been divided into smaller areas, and all of them are connected to the engined transportation devices. As soon as any sign of an invasion is detected, all these areas will be transported to an underground shelter, and from there they can take various routes all across Japan. Okay. Oh yeah, that's true, Sarge. It wasn't instant regen. You're right. It wasn't instant. Very true. Very true. If you're talking about like that, yeah. So one thing I'm concerned about here, I like the explanation. This is very thorough. I am concerned about the idea that if you get invaded, you get sent underground and then you split up. Because like if you split up, you're splitting your fighting force as well. So that's a little bit concerning. And after Tartarus was invaded, Nedzu made improvements to the school security system. I want to know, how were you able to make the improvements when society effectively shuts down at Tartarus invasion? Like, what is the time scale here? When did the exports and imports stop? When did you get the materials to improve the school? I'm curious about that. But if the author is smart, he won't give us a timeline about when everything shut down, because vagueness is going to be his best weapon on this particular point. So he should keep it vague, because as long as he's vague, we can't really criticize it. Wait, can the UA barrier fly? Because it looks like it goes underground, and then and from there they take routes all across Japan, and they're on engine transportation devices. I don't know if that's, well, maybe it can still fly. I mean, we have the Sky Whale. From what we've seen, Shigaraki is immune to decay, and he touched the ground, and then decay spread across the ground and decayed his shoes. But oh no, you're right. It did affect his shoes. Very true. The only time it seemed to affect him was when he decayed Deka City and messed up his arm, but that might have been from the overuse aspect. Well, you know, Jazz, it's interesting that you went that direction, because I thought the point of splitting it is so that All For One doesn't know which one to attack. Like the splitting for me, you know how like when someone attacks something and then a character will just break into a million little pieces to dodge the attack? That's kind of how I imagined the process. It's like, oh, you're going to attack us? Nope, we are not going to do this. We're going elsewhere. That's how I imagined it. I didn't imagine it was going to be an issue of multiple battles in different areas. Although, maybe we have battles on different containment units if the villains. But look, if we're having battles on the different containment units, it means that the villains were able to they were able to get to the units in time that people are actually in danger. So in terms of a runaway tactic, maybe not the best runaway tactic if it gets thwarted like that. Let's see. But otherwise, in terms of evacuation, in terms of getting them away from the combat zone, it does seem like a good idea. I'm just wondering like how it's gonna work once it starts happening. I wonder how many degrees of failure are here, or how many places the author is gonna make it fail. I do think we'll eventually see the split, but I wonder how much pain we have to go through before getting to the split. Trip, when do One Piece and My Hero Academia every week or different? Oh, Omar, One Piece always comes out earlier on Tuesdays, and then My Hero Academia on Wednesdays. Central Hospital hooked up to UA with the improvements. UA is mobile. At least they'll still be on the move and away. Yeah, Kayla. Yeah, I can imagine Nedzu using a mecha like a crazy person, pulling the levers. It was foreshadowed all along. Yeah, they said the bear is mobile. Going underground versus decay is dumb. I'm assuming Hody is foreshadowing its flight. Oh, okay. Okay, I get what you're saying. It's just like it for me, Jason. The way like reading on this one, with them saying that yeah it's mobile and then explaining that it's subterranean. That's why I'm biased towards underground. And then the thing is like they also say they can take various routes all across Japan. If you're flying, you don't have to say that, because it's like obviously you can fly anywhere you want to. I can imagine Netsu. Okay, but otherwise. Compared to the 4chan spoilers, and about the Hisashi thing, we know that Hisashi is supposed to be appearing again, but I really hope that this is not the way he comes back about. Let me go back up to... So right now we're looking at we need Atsushi to give us the spoilers about whether or not the wall can fold, grow, and stack. That's what we need to see next. They would struggle to outrun decay though, especially with that many civilians. Honestly, going underground isn't smart at all. No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you on that one. Like, I would rather it's Skywhale, because Skywhale legitimately seems smarter. So I would rather Skywhale. It's just remember, like, decay is the kind of thing that if a piece of... okay, if the roof above you is being decayed and a piece of that falls on you, decay continues to spread. And that's just going to happen entirely if you have Shigaraki there. So hopefully they do have more systems in place. It wouldn't make a lot of sense for his mother to hide his death for so long. Yeah, Yusuke, I agree. I really think that spoiler is the fake one. It's just, it's too much, right? It's too soap opera-y. And we have the information that his dad works overseas. Unless the author forgot that. And I mean, like, you know how this guy is. You boys know. And girls.
Light it up. Everybody stick. No, my sword.
Wait, I'm doing this wrong. Oh, I did this wrong. I did this wrong. Oh, never mind. Maybe not.
Let me weave you a verse.
I'm keeping an eye on it. I don't see anything coming out yet.
I'm going in.
Where's the water guy? Oh no, yours ice. Okay, cool. He's just iced now. Do.
Fire, hands on fire.
No updates yet.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Booba, get them.
Do.
Nice and spicy. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Thinking about it,
Time to go.
I think maybe Shoto. What do you guys think? Did Shoto deserve like a Ida and Bakugo level moment with Izuku? What do you guys think? I mean, 4 is a crowd for sure, but Shoto and Izuku have been through a lot. He probably could have deserved like a bit more to the moment. The issue with that would be All For One separating his forces evenly enough to deal with any of the separate units, and each villain squad sent to attack the units being able to catch Deku. At the same time, it's also an issue of like, will All For One know enough to be able to actually separate his units quickly? I'm not sure. I guess my idea is that All For One is planning for UA to separate and is preparing forces to counter in case that separation occurs. But then that's saying that All for One is aware of the maybe the underground systems. That says that All for One is aware of the infrastructure in UA. Which if he is, that's amazing, and that would probably be the traitor. But at the same time, it's like that's rough. What about All for One's quirk that lets him see where everyone's at? Oh yeah, search. Yeah, search would be the way of going about it. They should know. Well, for evacuation purposes, I guess it would be different. Actually, thinking about this, let me read this again. The campus has been divided into several smaller areas, and all of them are connected to engine transportation devices. As soon as any sign of invasion is detected, all the areas will be transported to an underground shelter, and from there, they can take various routes across all Japan. What it might be saying is that when the invasion is detected, the civilians are evacuated, and then the fight stays at UA, at the main campus. That might be the better read on this one, because that makes more sense. Because then it stops being about, it stops being about the civilians are in danger, and it stops being about, like, imagine All for One splitting his forces, and it turns more into a straight, simple fight, right? It's a simple confrontation. So maybe that's the better read. The issue is, okay, the issue I see with splitting you into parts is that All for One and Shigaraki have searched. They could either just attack with the one, which probably would have less manpower than a united fortress, or they could attack all the others, assuming they have most of the heavy hitters protecting Izuku. Not necessary, since Shoto is tied to the Dobby plotline, and that's one of the main plotlines, so he doesn't necessarily need the additional panel time for a big moment. Agreed. Him pointing out Deku might be playing was good enough. Alright, cool. I actually really respect that, Jason. I agree with that. I agree with that point. In terms of, like, Shoto's definitely not in need of screen time. Like, the only thing that I think you could argue is that Shoto is a friend of Izuku and maybe deserved more chats. But, yeah, overall, in the grand scheme of things, I don't feel like I'm lacking Shoto. Good point, Jason. You think splitting up UA will stop me? Go forth my elite force of 10 guys. What the heck happened to all my underlings? Spinner says. You've been sending them after Izuku one at a time for weeks. Yeah, Shoto's like the fourth closest person with Izuku. I thought they could have had a moment. Plus, if we look back at previous chapters, Shoto always stands next to Izuku and eats lunch with him and Ira. Yeah, they're basically just waiting for All for One to attack. Still don't understand why you did that, White Despair says. Well, no. It's Spinner says to All for One. Still no spoilers. It looks like we're back to 15-minute breaks. It's been 15 minutes, so within the next 5 minutes, the next spoilers should come up. How exciting. Very exciting. Supremely exciting. Oh, there's images on Atsushi's Twitter thread, guys. So Midoriya, so 2 pages that I'm seeing here. Nezu, okay, within the flashback, Nezu is flashing back to the flashback of the time that Shigaraki broke stuff. And just a shot of Nezu looking sad. So let me give you guys this. You can just check it there, if anyone doesn't know. Do you think we'll get any more training arcs for Izuku before the final fight? I don't know. Maybe, but I'm not too sure, man. I'm not sure. Ah, more spoilers. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I was just looking at the pictures. God. There's a lot. There's a lot. Oh, Tokoyami has a good line here. God, this is actually quite a lot of information about the UA barrier. Okay, the Midori account has spoilers, or like has those images, so I wonder if 4chan will get the spoilers ahead of us. So 1 second, I'll read things quickly. Oh, yo, guys, the Fox girl. The Fox girl that Izuku helped out is back, and she's watching Ochako yell into the megaphone. I see the image right here. Let me see if I can load it. Oh, here we go. Guys, Fox girl. Man, it's now everything's just coming up quickly. Okay, so let me read the spoilers now. Kaminari says that this sounds like something straight out of a robot anime, and Nezu goes on to explain it furthermore. The underground of the whole area surrounding UA has been covered with 3,000 layers of fortified metal plates. That legitimately doesn't matter, other than it gives decay more things to decay through. Any abnormality detected in at least one of them will activate the security system and the transportation devices. Okay. In addition, the plates also serve to delay any villains trying to attack, giving students and civilians time to get to the underground shelter. Let's just remember, Shigaraki's decay, I don't know how much time it took, but it spread out from a hospital all the way to a town where they were evacuating civilians. Mind you, it looks like people were able to get away, but decay seems to spread at a fast enough rate that Ryukyu was barely able to get ahead of it. So let's just keep that in mind. In addition, the plates also serve to delay any villains trying to attack, giving students and civilians time to get to the underground shelter. Other hero schools have also reinforced their security systems and are connected to these underground routes like Shiketsu. Tokoyami comments that this whole deal with the metal plates seems to be specifically made to deal with the Shigaraki's decay, and asks why the principal had already started to plan back at Cultural Festival. Because Shigaraki's broken down your building before. That's why. Like, okay, that's a stupid question. Oh, hey, the guy that's attacked us multiple times that can disintegrate anything it touches, why did you plan against him all the ways back since the Culture Festival? Well, I like to spend money. Even these small steps that may seem illogical at first can be essential for walking down a difficult path. I don't think it's illogical to plan against Shigaraki, the man who has actually successfully targeted your students more than twice. Right? That's a dumb comment. If we go off the silhouettes of villains All For One has working for Umbrella and Nagant, then All For One seems to have approximately 7 underlings, and at least 2 of them have already been defeated. Umbrella Prano was so adorable. Yes, it was. Sounds like such an info dump on the barrier. Fox Girl was Uraraka going to fight over Deku. Oh, we could only hope. Uraraka's parents are there too. Oh, neat. Let me check. Thanks, Kayla. I didn't know. I don't recognize Uraraka's parents, so thanks. Really appreciate. Let me check. Just just reloading a bunch of my pages. Okay, still nothing really going on there. Alright. 4chan has... Does 4chan have anything? Anything for us, 4chan? Any more pictures? No, no more pictures on 4chan. That's too bad. He's showing each layer of defense, so we later see each layer dramatically fall. So Izuku will come in just as the last layer falls. There are many quirks that can easily infiltrate the underground. I just remember the guy that had a whole quirk. Yes. And Mirio. Mirio could infiltrate immediately. Bako face hilarious to me. He gives no F's about what she's saying. Ryuki apparently wasn't fast enough to catch a plane. Yeah. All-for-one has 7 near high-end Nomu, potentially Yantomakia, and 168 members of the Liberation Army. Definitely has enough map to attack. He can send a single villain to each divided segment of UA. Perfect attack strategy. Definitely won't end horribly for him. The one thing that can block the K was the Sand Guy's quirk. Okay. I can already see the shipping art with the animal girl coming out with the Force of God. Uraraka peeks at shouting in a megaphone. Genus, give Genus his cables. He can instantly take care of the Nomu. Unless the Nomu have Dobby level firepower. If the Nomu have Dobby fire, then they're probably not going to be able to win. But, you know, why copy Dobby's fire quirk to give to your regenerating monsters? Right? Why do that? That doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm becoming like White Despair. Hopefully we still have the trader in there in UA who can completely mess up the hero's plans. Jazz, you're saying hopefully, but I feel like that's a natural conclusion. I feel like it's very likely the trader's gonna mess things up. Unless the trader was Midnight and she's dead. But I'm still think she might be the traitor. I want that. I love that theory. I think it's hilarious. I hope it comes out to be some degree of truth, because that would just be funny. Okay, no. I'm just so conflicted. It'd just be so funny. Like, the cable stopped Gigantomachia. That's the thing to White Despair's credit. Right? Like, Gigantomachia was held back by them relatively well, if I can recall correctly. I should reread the war. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should really reread the war.
Evil conquering, worthless. Here. Here. Worthless. Worthless. Useless.
Like, really, the strat with Best Genius is to have Dobby level firepower. But I feel like when you're all for one and you're practically reviving the dead and creating new people in the form of Nomu, I feel like you can do that. The Antimatter was held down, but also totally stuffed at the time from being drugged. Oh, yeah. Good point, Jazz. Midnight being a traitor would invalidate her death, and she was only big death of the war. Yeah, that's true, but you know, in terms of the novelty of it, I think I would like to see it. Is the traitor even needed? Poison, it might be needed for like the breach of UA. If you want to show a tragedy, the traitor might be the way to go here. That said, there's a lot of ways to get around Best Genius's tightening, right? Like, one of the ways would be if one of the Nomu has like a shape-shifting quirk. If it has shape-shifting, then that's it. It gets away from Best Genius all the time. Like, in the same way that a little bit of slack let whatchamacallhim, God, I forget, Mr. Compress get away. It'd be that kind of mechanism, I think.
Rain outlines your fate. Boba, get them! Go!
Oh, good. He's an ice boy.
Everybody stand back.
Sorry, I didn't notice that I was on cooldown.
Into the fire. Time to go.
Let's see. I want the trader because I think they'd be able to give All for One all the incredibly pertinent information about UA's fortifications. Agreed. Did that have in the background? Which chapter? Let's see. I thought I remembered hearing something about Horikoshi admitting that he had forgotten about the trader plot point. Was that fake? Yusuke, common consensus on this stream is that that was fake. That was something that someone started. Because the trader plot point is valid up to the beginning of the war, because All Might talks about, yeah, I don't think there's a traitor in this. Like, I think Class 1A and 1B have the hearts of heroes and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, no poison. I think they could still breach too, honestly, because All for One just needs to have a really convenient quirk. That's all that's really needed for this to work.
Animal test 6308.
But we'll have to see.
Clear.
We'll have to see what guy wants to do.
Worthless. Here.
I'm pretty excited to know that the girl's coming back. I would love to see her. I hope she gets to have a little moment, but it looks like she's reacting to what Ochako is saying. But, like, you know, that's like preaching to the choir, because of course that lady's going to stand up for Izuku. Or, like, of course she's going to be sympathetic to Izuku, because Izuku's a badass when he went in to save her. Still one of the best moments of that arc.
As a good knight should.
Lament.
What the? Where'd they go?
Worthless. Here.
I like jumping around. I like this gameplay. It's very rewarding.
For it.
Oh! Here we go. Discord, yep. Comment. Oh, see ya, Animamus. Oh man, the civilians are going hard. I just read one portion. They're going really hard. Okay, let's see. Cut back to the present. With the civilians refusing to let Izuku in, Izuku's mother, Bakugo's mother, Jiro's parents, Eri in the dorms with Class B, and Kota with Mandalay are shown, all of them very concerned. 13 comments that some people were convinced by Nezu's speech, but most of them weren't. Genus interrupts Mike's shouting and starts talking to the civilians, explaining that they tried to use Izuku to attract villains, and it didn't work. He says that even though Izuku is Shigaraki's target, he is also the hero's greatest weapon. Your greatest weapon was allowed to run himself ragged. You know, in any other place, saying that he's a weapon and then letting him deteriorate to this degree, you're not taking proper care of your weapon. This isn't good weapon maintenance. It's going to backfire on you. No, man, like this is actually, like, this is really bad optics. He understands that this is not the ideal situation, but says this is the best that they can do and asked him to let Midoriya come in. No, legitimately, why would I trust someone who lets their best weapon look like Izuku does? So much so that you have to send a search party to find your best weapon because your best weapon is destroying himself. No, legitimately. This is not something that inspires confidence in any which way when it comes to this. Anyway, the civilians seem to get even angrier, saying that the country is only in chaos because the heroes have failed, and now because they failed again, and they want to force the civilians to take the risk. But while they're, well, you're part of society. Sorry. This product is part of you, man. Like, come on, you have to take the risk. Like, imagine thinking that living in the world is without risk. Imagine. But they're scared. While they're yelling, Uraraka takes the Mike's megaphone, uses her quirk on herself, and floats over the protesters, going straight to the UA rooftops. Okay, I have to ask, really, do you need to be at the rooftops? You can float. You could have just floated over them. I feel like taking the megaphone and maybe going like 3 stories away I feel that that kind of defeats the purpose, because President Mike was President Mike was on the ground using the megaphone to make sure it reaches everyone in the back. So I have to kind of question going to the rooftops. Okay, this is Ochako's big moment since her last moment with Bakugo. It's a bit disappointing. Let's see. When the original user said we are is that why Izuku couldn't handle one for all? No, I don't think that's... I don't have that interpretation. I think that's just like a thing of, one for all is growing now quite a lot. But Izuku, I think, is just an... Like, everyone just says Izuku's not talented. That's how it's always gone down. Welcome to Japan. I agree. Genus needs to sit down. He can't even take care of such a good weapon such as Izuku. Yeah, no, man. Like, hearing that from Genus just makes the situation seem even stupider. Oh, yeah, trying to be dramatic. But yeah, no. If you're going... Yeah, no. Like, they're not... They legitimately should not be trusted in any which way. If they're willing to let their weapon fall into disrepair, I'm not sure if I trust them with the UA barrier. If I was a person seeing that, it's like... This shows me you're not good at managing your resources. Oh, yeah, Omar, I saw the Pokemon Direct. She's trying to be like the guy in AOT giving the speech from the top of the wall. Did you want Ochako floating over them as if she was like god or superior being compared to the civilians? Well, that's what she is, isn't she? Going to the rooftops to make a point about systemic injustice regarding heroes or something? Like, I mean, what can you do? Like, Ochako, if we're talking about rhetoric, Kayla, like Ochako already took the higher ground, so she's already putting herself above everyone else. if we want to talk about that particular direction. Oh, the Midoriya account has more images if anyone wants to see them. Could Recovery Girl... Well, Recovery Girl just accelerates Izuku's natural healing rate. So I think that's all it's going to do. Just natural healing. He probably needs just some good rest. Okay. Okay, now this gets a little bit more ridiculous. Guys, how many stories would you say the UA building is? Because I think Ochako goes to the top of the UA building. I don't know, man. What do you like more? Oh, I like Legend Arceus, man. Let's see. What the reason for the heroes? I started to side with civilians, so Ochako is probably going to make it worse. At least 10? Okay. Yeah, going 10 floors up. That seems a little bit ridiculous. Like, I'm seeing the crowd here. And it has to be 6 stories. I don't know. It's because the thing that makes it hard with the UA building, like, actually, in all seriousness, the thing that makes it hard with the UA barrier, the UA building, is the windows. But, you know, if you look at the map, and if you take the size of a person, and if you were to scale it against the map, the UA building is probably above 7 stories high. But, does that make sense? Oh, maybe. Like, if you take a squiggle of a person... But no, you shouldn't be comparing scale, because like usually manga artists aren't great at scale. At least 3 stories. I think 3 stories guaranteed. Oh, it's so tough. Oh, hey, Black Fox. Let's see. Let's see. That has to be wrong. 6 stories. Gotta say that the artists are incredible. I'm already seeing a 3D model of Hisui Growlithe 6 hours after the video came out. Yeah, no, you know, the Pokemon fandom's always crazy in that regard. Well, she can't piss the crowd off more if they can't hear her. That's true, Rumpel. Legend Arceus looks so good, but I hope there's an online battling feature. Well, let's see. Remember, mutants that are big need to fit. Oh, very true, Sarge. Oh, but that might throw off a lot of things. Can Uraka's voice be heard more on the roof? Mike has a louder voice than her. I don't know. I legitimately don't know. I'm like Jason said though, it's for drama. I don't know, man. I need to know what you guys are feeling. Like White Despair, Jason, Ty. What are you feeling about this so far in terms of the rhetoric that's going on here? Not optimistic about Legends, but I'll give it a shot when it comes out. They already have my money. No, to Chris. No, no. Oh wait, they already have your money. Oh, pre-order. It would be very difficult to scale how many stories UA has, considering UA isn't designed for regular-sized individuals. Just look at the size of Class 1A classroom door. Gotcha. Because here's a situation. Oh yeah, Jazz. I would love to know what you guys are feeling so far about the rhetoric. Because here's a situation where everyone's separated and is being attacked by villains, probably mocked by All for One, and Izuku needs to be told that they can handle themselves. That could be interesting. That could be interesting, yeah. I really hope that it turns into a more of a quagmire like it did previously. Like, you know, how much of a situation it turned into back during the war? I would like to see more of that. I did like the energy for that period of time. Oh, Johnny, you guys are coming in hot. See ya, Robert. And Omar, I know you have a real hate streak, but we don't have to be that mean. So far, I have no real complaints about chapter. I'm not really one to judge the rhetoric before I act, so I wouldn't really have any strong feelings until Sunday. Okay, gotcha, White Despair, got ya. That's fair. Like, you know, I have to talk about it because I'm the one on the live stream. But so far, the part that I've just found a little bit silly is the idea that Tokoyami asks why Netsu would prepare against Shigaraki early on. That's so far nonsensical. And like right now, I'm looking at it and I'm evaluating on just the way, like the optics don't look good here. Let's see. So far, Chassis molding about the barrier ends with Ochako lame question. Hopefully, see the images makes me feel better. Well, so far, seeing the girl definitely made me feel better. It's gonna be a big moment where I see the civilians begrudgingly having to accept Deku. And, it's until Izuku saves them that they accept him. Yeah, that's pretty. I can see that happening too. That's pretty par for the course, all things considered. So Jason. Okay, sorry, Trip. Oh no, it's okay, Omar. I know, but Omar, like, it's alright. We all know you. We all know that. We all know the inside joke. It's cool, man. You keep being you, man. Do. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. But ultimately, with your guys' thoughts, you know, I agree with you that the final translation might make it better because like that happens quite a lot. But like broad strokes, I'm just concerned with optics. I think the optics really are shot. There's no real way around this one. No, Black Fox. We just say she's a fox, but she's a lot of different things. She might be a dolphin for all we know. A dolphin with like just weird facial features. She's a mutant. Let's see. Uraraka begins her speech by saying Izuku does indeed have a special power. You know, as long as they don't talk about what One For All is and just say like he has a super rare quirk, I think that'll be fine. Civilians respond by saying that this is exactly why he can't stay in UA. Uraraka says that Izuku himself thought this way. He tried to walk away so desperately that all of them had to take him back. Don't know if you want to admit that. She continues asking the civilians to take a good look at how Izuku looks and taking all this burden by himself and leaving. Okay, you know what? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Cause sympathy. There are some panels emphasizing his claw-like hands and feet, and some civilians gasping as they look at him. Okay. You know, double-edged sword there, because they're like, this is who we have to believe in. Like, some people could go that direction, but the sympathy there looks pretty good. Uraka says that Izuku is the one who wants to do something to change the current state of things the most, and that he kept moving for other people's sake, even though he knew he could be attacked at any moment. That's pretty alright. I'll have to wait for accurate translations for Tokoyami, but so far I actually think he has a bit of point. He's as to why would install the layer upon layer of underground plates. Keep in mind that when Nezu started planning those upgrades back. Oh no! Like from my White Despair. From my perspective, I see that Shigaraki can decay cement, most likely in a small instant of time, and wouldn't you naturally, after knowing that someone can decay stuff, and after having reports of Shigaraki's decay abilities, wouldn't you naturally have the idea to layer up? Because layering might be the only thing that stops decay. Like if you have Nezu's intellect, that's just a natural progression. Like let's face it, we as manga readers, we can all play the game of, oh, what happens if this person improves his quirk? Not only that, Nezu is the principal of a school founded on helping people improve their quirks, right? From that perspective, it makes total sense that you would plan for someone having a really effective quirk. Like that's what I don't like. That's why I would counter it. It's just Nezu being prepared for logical developments in a person's abilities, given that he's seen generations upon generations of people improving their quirks. That's a natural consequence. Although I guess if you make the argument, but Tokoyami isn't that smart, and he can't see that kind of thing, then yeah. But then we have to say that Tokoyami's dumb. Well, I would say Tokoyami's dumb, but I'm being also a little bit more aggressive on it, for the sake of the video. But yeah, no, that's how I would kind of see it. Like Nezu's thing seems like the most logical conclusion, because like otherwise, how do you defend Yue from Shigaraki? Like that's the alternative. How do you defend Yue from Shigaraki? You build another wall? No. Obviously, you probably put in like guns to prevent Shigaraki from touching you, and maybe also you put in more layers of walls to slow down Shigaraki. Like what is what is the alternative to upgrading against Shigaraki? Yeah, that's how I would kind of tackle that one if I had to tackle it. White Despair. Good point. It did make me appreciate a different thing there though, so I appreciate that. I can't help but wonder what would happen if All Might gave the speech versus Ochako. Not bad at all, Uraka. We shall see Sunday. I just think Tokoyami pointing out a bit of apparent, like, let's look at what Nezu seemingly did. Shigaraki decays the front gate. Nezu proceeds to install 3,000 layers of metal plates underground. Point taken. Point taken. Underground. Let's see. Otherwise, we know we have Shigaraki at USJ, so that's not enough of an example. Shigaraki at USJ. Yeah, okay. Point taken, White Despair. Point taken. For that one, I would go back with Nezu probably could project, or Nezu is probably right to project real good quirk development, given, again, that he's a principal of a school that is founded on developing quirks. He probably has a good idea of the upper limit of quirks. So him going like, all right, this guy can decay. He can, right now is pretty limited, but this might grow to be a stronger quirk in the future. That's the only way I have to say that he could have added the layers. But for the underground layering, that one's a little bit more. Underground layering. Yeah, that one's verging on like really hard. That one is verging on like some really paranoid level planning. Okay, fair enough. You know what? You convinced me. You convinced me on that one. Tokoyami's question might be, Tokoyami's question might very well be appropriate, all things considered. I'm I'm not gonna give Ochako props for something she should be doing. She really has surprised me. Gotcha, Tai. Shigaraki is a surface layer kind of guy. Yes. Oh, it's midnight. Okay. Okay, Chips, I'm gonna have to go to work, and if you got your Black Fox, sent the cave stuff right back at him. Mama always said to dress in layers in autumn. I think that Uraraka's angle is making him feel sympathy for him, which I guess also works well. Well, in terms of like in terms of manipulation, like pragmatically, you should be going for the emotional manipulation. I think Uraraka is very right to go that direction, because that's smart. You don't want to talk about the actual logic. So in terms of like working the crowd, good one. Emotional appeals, that's pretty sophisticated. But I really do hope she answers who helps heroes when they need help. Please, just let's get done with it. Please. It'd be funny if she actually doesn't answer it directly, and it just leaves us to once again say like, oh, look, it's heroes helping heroes. Again. Good night, Jason. I hope you had fun, Jason. Let's see. During the war arc, any little piece of decay stuff landing somewhere would start the decaying where it lands. So couldn't Shigaraki throw a bunch of decay bombs at UA? Yeah, like he could decay a person and then throw them at UA, and then that person is the decay bomb. I think the question is that Shigaraki was kind of a punk to begin with. So going out of their way to deal with someone they literally describe as a man-child seems a bit excessive to begin with. Yeah, Jazz, but you also have to consider, your disposition doesn't matter when you have a powerful quirk. Like, if anything, him being a man-child makes the quirk more dangerous because he might actually use it for really petty reasons. And you also have to consider that Shigaraki was attached to All For One. And All For One is particularly dangerous. So if you look at it from the perspective of hedging your bets against potential danger in the future, if Nedzu knows about All For One, there's every reason to actually be careful of the person that All For One is grooming. Not only that, before the sports festival, I think we also knew about Gigantomachia. Like, I think I think that's roughly around the same time. We know about Gigantomachia, and Gigantomachia is dangerous, so I think you can still make a case for why you would be overprepared. Unrelated, but One Piece page has dropped. Oh, nice, Jazz. Nice. I did see a few of them. I saw a few of them, like, while I was doing this stuff. But cool. I read a chapter. It doesn't look... It looks like another one of those stalling kind of chapters, which is kind of unfortunate. I would have rather seen more cool stuff going on. Alright, sorry to do... Oh, okay, see ya, Z-Killer. Question humans have been trying to avoid since the dawn of time. Regardless, thank you, White Despair, and thank you, Jazz. I see what you guys are saying. Yeah, I see what you guys are saying. I like your interpretation. Good point. Good point. So, guys, I think once we get like all the spoilers, I think I'll call it a day there. But I don't know how quickly these things are coming. What else do I want to do before I call it a day? Well, I have 60 resin exactly. I can go do Storm Terror. And still nothing on at Sushi's stuff. Well, I guess we already know the ending of it. This random man child indicated the front gate of UA and indicated Aizawa's elbow. Install 3,000 layers of metal plates on the ground that even if one of them is affected...
Toodaloo.
But yo, White Despair, like, I understand what you're saying. Oh man, wait. White Despair. If All For One knows everything, what does that make Nedzu? White Despair, answer this for me. If people say that All For One can see the future, what does this mean about Nedzu? Storm Terror's over here. There are new images, and the ones with Izuku and Danger Sense are heartbreaking. What? There's new images? Alright, gonna check it out. Gonna look around. Wait, so now Izuku feels danger from people being scared and yelling at him?
Silly churl, Billy churl.
That's danger because they're going to mob him?
Billy, hilly churl. Woo.
So danger sense will trigger off of I guess it's violent intention. Oh, yo, White Despair. I think the spoilers did say that some of those things were after the Nedzu did say that he added some of the security features after the attack on Tartarus. Keep that in mind. Yo, if you use the scale of Ochako compared to the UA tower, the UA building, on those images, that UA building is effectively more than 8 Ochakos high.
Silly
I don't know if that
churl,
was...
Billy
That is
churl.
dramatic.
Silly Billy, hilly
I'm thinking that we
churl.
get sort of like JT sort of team situation, but against villains. That would be good to make sure their moments aren't contingent around Deku. Oh yeah, that'd be good, Jazz. I agree. Probably the civilians' animosity that danger. Oh, update in Discord. Gotcha. Thanks, man. Do.
Wanna come over for tea?
What do you mean by suspicious, White Despair?
When the sun's out, bathe in sunlight. But when the moon's out, bathe in moonlight.
Oh my god, we actually didn't get the Ochako moment. Oh my gosh.
Billy, hilly churl. Woo.
Fair enough, White Despair. Fair enough. At the moment, the giant woman Deku saved in 310 appears and recognizes him. Uraraka continues her speech, saying that having a special power doesn't make Izuku special. Bakugo then appears on Izuku's side, saying that civilians desperately rioting, even while ignoring the security system, is an example of what he told him last chapter, of something Izuku himself can't handle by himself and needs to leave to them. It cuts to an internal monologue from Nedzu, acknowledging that taking the first step is always hard. However, he thinks this step in specific will lead to the birth of a hero who surpasses even All Might. End of chapter. The last panel is Uraraka screaming in the rain.
Toodaloo.
Also, Horikoshi might utilize Toga to get past the barrier. She can sneak in, use Twice Quirk, then those clones can make copies of Shigaraki and Hiyatamaki. That would be devastating. Good thing that she's not going to be an actual villain anymore. Like, I really don't think Toga is going to be villainous anymore. And yeah, Poison looks like it. Also, let's see. She can sneak in, use, then those clones can make copies of Shigaraki and Hiyatamaki. That would be devastating, yeah. But yo, White Despair, did you hear my question about, yo, if All For One is a genius on the level of having the a future sight quirk, what does that make Nedzu? I really just want a good answer from you, White Despair. If you have time to give it. Though Tokuyami basically saying, isn't it kind of suspicious that Nedzu did this? At least that's what it kind of seems to me going off the limited info I have right now. Oh, no. In that case, I see what you're saying. that to me sounds like Horikoshi's self-awareness. Him saying like, oh, yeah, you know, it is weird, but Nezu is super smart. That's why this is happening. That's, I think, I don't see it as, right now, I don't see it as suspicious. I see it as a hand wave to justify it, right? It's like the same stuff he's done before. Cambodia restaurants? No, John, I haven't. I'm still pegging on All for One having a trading UA finally pay off. Oh yeah, no, I agree with you, Jazz. I'm with you on that one. Foxy, is the new chapter coming these? Is the new chapter coming these coming days or next week? It's coming on Sunday, Mega Green Kirby. I think the Fox will be the one to convince the people not Uraraka. Mark my words, the Fox will be MVP. Toga if Toga stayed a villain, then it would be game over. Wonder when she will show up. Yeah, I wonder too. I think she shows up when Shigaraki is clearly seen to be in danger. I mean, one thing to consider again with Nezu is that they know Gigantomachia was active, and Gigantomachia can like destroy a good portion of underground. So from that sense, like if I bring in Gigantomachia, I can maybe make it make sense, but I need to see the final wording for sure. Considering that Nezu is literally hyper intelligent as a quirk and was able to make all those calculations in the match against Kirishima Mina, I would consider him the smartest character in the series. Yeah, pretty much. The image of Deku's danger sense reacting to the crowd is so sad and scary. I can understand the crowd not wanting him, but not about to attack him. Yeah, I did like seeing Inko crying. That was really raw. That got me, man. Really affected me. God. But okay. Horikoshi has delayed Uraraka's final thing to next chapter. I think this is the hope moment, especially when you have like Izuku's danger panel portion. It does seem to me like that's. Yeah. Seems to me like that is the hope moment. Because right now, Izuku's being plunged into like a lot of scariness. They should have just sneaked him in, man. They should have sneaked him in. Alright, guys, my voice is dying. Give me your last minute thoughts, but otherwise we're going to start calling it. I'm tired. It's been a fun night, though. Good discussion. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for talking to me. Thanks for hearing what I had to say, and thank you for giving me your thoughts. A lot of great thoughts. I hope she kind of gets a bit more than this, though. I think she is going to get something more in the next chapter, Jazz. I think that's a safe bet. If there's a layer of sand between some of those layers, it might help. It might help, yeah. Oh, speed, gotcha. This is good for Uraraka though, but I want more. Yeah, me too. So when are spoilers out? Tallow? You sat tired? Oh, mega. Okay, so saying goodnight to Jazz, Kenneth, Yusuke, Speed, John, Jazz, Tallow, Mega, Chris, Mark. Keep doing the good work, Mark. They should have said all this before Izuku came, brought him back to break him more mentally. That's my thoughts. All for One is the next single arc villain. He will die and further along the growth of Shigaraki. I agree with further along the growth of Shigaraki. People's answer, let his death be on us and our children forever. Good night to AN683. Good night to Chris, Kayla, Speed, Tallow, Poison. Everyone, I'll see you again tomorrow. Stay safe, and till next time. Ending the stream in 5, 4, 3. Oh, there's no hope, only more despair. When Dobby and his homeless people army comes, no one knows confidence is. Yeah. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Till next time, everybody.